Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to Silence of Shadows. Are we
Yeah.
ready for this episode? We got the ladies back again.
Another
Um,
ladies up.
Another ladies eps. Of course, Mathis or Bub is going to be joining us next episode. This was a planned absence. I think it's like his anniversary or something like that, something cool. So definitely give him some love. But we don't have a supporter for today's episode. We have a lot of cool things up on our Patreon if you want to check that out. That is how we are primarily supported, patreon.com/roll for it. Definitely go over there, show some love. We've already seen so much love this year. It's been amazing. I know it's been a hard year for everybody, and we just really appreciate all of your wonderful generosity, and we hope that we can bring you entertainment during these times. Um, we have the last stitch final character sheets available if you want to go check those out. Note that we did tease that in 2021 we will have a second season. We know that everyone was really, really upset that it was ending. Don't worry, there's going to be more, and it's going to be a little different, but we think that you guys will all really, really enjoy it. We have the Ascension Gulthius tree up. Our 3-hour epic battle culminated in us defeating the tree. So definitely check it out, and we will do all that stuff. And of course, we have our holiday surprise. Ooh, we always do one of these every year, but this year is going to be really adorable, so you're definitely going to want to be part of it. That's the best teaser that I have for you. So definitely go put your information on there if you are a patron so that we can send those out. We will send those out in December, but they might not arrive for you until later, pending where you live. And remember, no Latin or only Latin characters. I think there were some people who used like Russian characters for their addresses, and it just made them into boxes. So
Oh no.
yeah, so like it got sent back to me, and I was like, oh no, now what do we do? So I think we sent them like virtual versions, but yeah, that is one of the things. And of course, coming soon, we will have Ascension guest sheets because we do have a new guest that has joined us. We have the lovely Katie Play joining us, and she's been amazing. And of course, we'll have Vanya's character sheet up there for you if you're interested in checking that out. Our November recap will be coming. I believe that coming out on Tuesday. That'll be our end of the year recap for all of the things. If you'd like to see how Roll For It is run, what we do in the behind the scenes, our analytics, what our plans are for the future, that is where you learn all about it. So enjoy that. There's a lot. It's really long. I feel like it's like 2 hours long, but it's a good one because we have a lot of stuff that happened this year and a lot of stuff that we have planned for next year. And obviously we're thinking about how COVID has interacted with things. Obviously we didn't have a Roll For It con this year, what that means and all of that jazz. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, definitely check it out. And of course, our Star Wars character sheets will also be coming up. So if you have been watching our Star Wars show, which is on Sunday, it's a 4-shot. We had our first episode go up. You can check out our character sheet soon in regards to that. And with that, I'll just kind of give you a little gist of where else you can support us, and then we'll toss it over to our lovely storyteller, Mathis. So if you want to, of course, the best way to support us is over on our Patreon, patreon.com/rollforit. In return, you get a whole ton of amazing rewards. For instance, you can see our like character sheets. You get to see GM stuff if the GM has some secret things for you. We also have... you could play in a privately GM'd game as a legend tier, and one of our lovely cast members will GM for you. I think Dot, you're one of the GMs for this month. Yeah, Dot, and I think there's one other person he's locking. Oh, me, duh. Sorry. Dot and I will be GMing for this month, for December, and we kind of rotate out those. So if you're interested in that, definitely become a legend tier or above. And then, of course, if you're a deity, we send you a crazy video with all kinds of stuff because we just don't know how to thank you for how amazing you are. And of course, you get all of the stuff from the below tiers as well. Beyond that, you can subscribe to us on Twitch or become a YouTube member, and those give you access to some cool emotes, as well as if you're a Twitch subscriber, you get access to the VODs early. And of course, we have to load those to YouTube for free, so if you ever want to check out our past videos, we have nice playlists available for you all to check out. And beyond that, the best way to support us, if you can't monetarily, is just to watch our content, interact with us on social media, whether that's Twitter, Facebook, or if you're on YouTube, leaving us a YouTube comment to feed the YouTube algorithm, or being here live, watching us on Twitch and giving us some love, following us on all those social channels. And that's how you can support us. So without further ado, I'm going to toss it to our lovely storyteller, Mathis. Bring us in.
Thanks. Hey, everybody. How's it going? I hope you've all had a good couple of weeks. My apologies for not being here last week. That was on me. Before we get going, we are going to recap because a lot happened a couple weeks last time we played a couple weeks ago. And I'm a little foggy on some of the details, though I think for the most part, we could probably all piece it together. The big thing, sorry, Tracy's the notebook comes
I have
out.
my notebook. Mathis.
We also have that web page we use that has all the.
Oh,
notes
yeah.
on it as
I
well.
really try to keep that up to date. I should.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
I need
There's
to pull that
there
open
too.
every session. Yeah.
I have it on my second monitor every session. Take us, Tracy. What do you got notated for us here?
So, last time we all met, with Jackson.
Yes.
At his humble abode, his beautiful abode, might I add.
Yes, it was. Thank you for the compliments and not, shitting on it like everybody else. Okay.
I thought it was
shit
awesome.
on it, Mathis. Nobody shit on it.
Dakota shit all over it.
Dakota shits all over everything.
But
Mathis.
it looked like she actually wanted to shit on it. Like,
Wait, no, she loved it. Well, she didn't like his place. It was too
prissy.
clean.
The valet parking threw her for a loop.
Nobody's ever tried to park a car for her, Mathis. It was more of a
That was so
mind-blowing
funny
moment than anything.
Dakota, he takes the car. We get out. She's like, what?
Yeah, that's called a Grand Theft Auto, where Dakota comes from. Yeah, but she liked his book collection.
That's
she
true.
had zero problems with his book collection.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. So we had a lovely meeting with him in his, personal home, or at least one of them, I assume. And we just kind of talked to him about, we were pretty open and pretty transparent with him about our goals for the first time. We wanted to know what his plans were, if he was really interested in the seat. It seems to be that he is, but the big thing is getting some individuals on our side here, or at least getting some feelers out. So he
had a couple things, right? That he had something he wanted us to do because we asked him what we could do for him.
Right.
Have a meeting.
His big thing was having that meeting with a
Sovereign.
Yep. Alan. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Who, for those who don't remember, personality-wise, kind of a quiet, kind of to himself, runs a lot of back-end deals, mostly Ventru, who has ownership over CEOs and landlords and stuff like that. And since the three of you have just entered your own true territory again with a respectable amount of land, he would like first dibs on investment into that territory, or at least to have the meeting to have a potential to invest. Mr. Jackson, if I remember correctly, did not specify that he's looking for you to make a deal with him, though it would go well if you did for him. It would look well on him. However, just taking the meeting with Mr. Sovereign was, at the very least, a welcome gesture.
Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He mentioned a couple other things, like he's interested in seeing kind of the old guard go away, which is like he has an interest in the old guard going away. He has an interest in the lupine.
Mm-hmm.
And finding some kind of peace offering or peace settling with the lupine, which was kind of a unknown and like big red, like for me it was a big.
It was
green
just
flag.
a shock. Yeah.
You're like, I'm in.
Okay, pick me. So what else did he? I don't know. He talked about a few things.
And there was you guys made a very specific request about the lower clans and like how he would see them as part of the Primogen Council, and he said the way he sees things is that, while he understands that some believe that there is a need for that kind of thing, the way they sees things is that like more even playing ground suits everybody better. It just seemed like, I think the feeling you all walked away with was that he seemed very diplomatic. But Dakota got a look at his books and saw a lot about hard leadership, like war, strategy, generals, like that kind of thing. So as to what the impression was overall for your individual characters of Mr. Jackson, I don't think we ever really, that's kind of where we ended the session, if I remember correctly. We kind of got back a little bit of a chat and everybody kind of like separated.
Ollie got his tat. Oh, we went to the club. Ollie got his tat.
Yep.
Oh, and then we went to see the Witch of the Yard.
Witch of the Yard, found out she was Malkavian.
Oh, you all found out finally that she was Malkavian, which made
Malkavian.
sense now finally to all of her ghouls, or just like, why are they the way they are?
Why are they crazy? I was trying to think if there's anything. I think those were the big things.
In the Witch of the Yards, you seeded a little bit of intrigue. You handed the leaf over, which was enough.
And we took nothing from her. That was the goal. We took nothing.
Yeah, you took nothing from her. Yeah, because you thought she was Tremere because she clearly knows a little blood sorcery. But yeah, she's a Malkavian. Was there anything else big on the last session that we should recap?
Plot wise, I think that was the plot point.
Yep.
Okay. That was the big plot point.
Yep.
All right. Well, we're going to open the scene because my coffee literally just arrived. I think it's about to be here. I was just saying. So
I was about to say, I'm drinking cold coffee.
Yeah, it's coming off the highway. We're almost there. So let me.
Chat, I'm going to let you know it's been a really crappy morning, and I've decided, thanks to my therapist, that sometimes you have to put out in the world when it's a bad day so that you can face it, acknowledge it, accept it, and try to make a better day. So I'm glad I am here with all of you. My morning has been shit. So here we are. We're gonna roll some dice. It's gonna be fine.
And we're just gonna play the happy tabletop.
Yeah, this is gonna be the happiest tabletop known to mankind. It's fine. It's fine.
We love you, Dot. So we'll set the scene here. Ollie, for the two of you, is well known to disappear every so often. Business dealings that he has to deal with. And of course, setting trust amongst this neighborhood means going out. Other than seeding investments and money, which you've all been doing over the course of time, it also means having like conversations with those around. And these are the next few nights. Ollie has let you know that he's going to be busy kind of milling the streets and trying to make nice with the more nefarious aspects of this neighborhood. The less legit, he wouldn't say nefarious. He would say the less legitimate aspects of this neighborhood.
Yes.
So our scene actually opens up with a rather quiet night. Not a lot of cars rolling by. We can hear the tires on asphalt of one van as it pitters by a movie theater as the camera trails it until it stops on the other side of the street. The blinking lights of the movie theater kind of light up, not to indicate that it's open, but there's a certain beauty the vintage glow of the old lights on the outside bring, and every so often Ava likes to flick them on just to enjoy the atmosphere. It brings this almost kind of hippie indie feel to that corner of that block for just when the lights are on, because if you step out and just pretend everything else doesn't exist, it's beautiful and it looks really great. Not to say that everything else is hideous, but there's still a lot of work to be done, and the three of you have had major discussions about keeping this place rather kind of quiet and underneath. On the inside, you can hear the heavy footsteps of Dakota as you take in the movie theater, just enjoying the ambiance as another couple cars roll on by in opposite directions and a few pedestrians pass by. You can actually smell the perfume on the woman with the jean shorts and t-shirt next to the man. It's almost completely overpowers the smell of alcohol that comes off of both their breath as they babble by you and walk by. On that, maybe even enjoying the smell and the feel of mortality for a moment. And yes, another night begins. Ava steps across the street and swings open the movie theater door as we actually see Dakota stroking Princess Bella, who's standing up on the counter, just purring and enjoying the company, the quiet company of just her and Dakota for a little while. There's not much planned for the night, but the two of you or the three of you have had major discussions about the next steps. And that's where we're going to pick up as the conversation picks up and the storyteller goes and gets his coffee.
I imagine that Dakota is reciting. One of the only movies she's ever been able to see over and over and over is Star Wars, right?
Star Wars, yeah.
Okay, so it's in her vernacular now, and so she's probably like petting Princess Bella and like. Do we have all three? We don't. Which one do we have? We have Return?
Empire, maybe?
Empire? Chat, which one do we have? Because that's going to obviously...
I think we just have the three of the original trilogy.
Do we have the original Okay, well...
Yeah, we just don't have any of the others. Yeah.
Okay, great. So then, she's like reciting lines. I don't think she'd recite Leia lines. She would recite Han lines. And she's like doing the whole like bit in Carbonite with Princess Bella as you like walk up and she's like, I know, and it's like a whole moment that you catch her in the middle of where she's having a little bit of Jedi fun with Princess Bella.
Ava walks in and I think would just laugh to herself as she's maybe hearing this, and I think we need to get some new movies, Dakota.
I turn around and I go, this is not the kindred you're looking for.
That only works if you have the power, if you have the ability.
I lean over to Bella and I'm like, that's what she thinks.
Bella just kind of gives one of those and just and those like snakes around you and bumps into you.
Bella agrees. It's 2 against 1.
I think my stirrer is in my coffee somewhere.
Oh God!
Oh, no, please don't choke on.
I'm just gonna start
live
sipping and just swallow a plastic rod.
Oh, no. Please don't choke.
Well, it seems like you're having a fun night.
I guess I'm talking to a cat by myself in the lobby of an empty theater, so.
Please continue by all means.
This was a private moment. I like gesture between the two of us again. I'm like, oh.
I assume Ollie is out.
He's doing
his...
whatever he does.
Yes. Oh man, we should be doing whatever we do if he's always out doing business. I mean, we have our own business that we need to take care of.
Like what?
Like what? There's always things to be done, Dakota. Don't leave it up to me because you'll hate it.
That's not totally true.
Oh, true. The last time we went out, it actually ended up you probably enjoyed the night more than me. So.
Turned out okay. It turned out all right. I don't know. What is his name? Brett? What is his fucking name? What is his name?
Brett. Brett Stryker.
Brett.
That's his name. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
He did kind of leave me on a very bad note the last time. Yeah.
You can do way better than that.
I mean, it's not a matter of doing better. It's a matter of having all sorts of people at your side when you need them.
Trust me, he'd come running. He would come running. No, he'd probably have one of those naked people carry him. but he'd come running if you said anything.
We'll see the next time I see him, or if I get invites to animals parties anymore. We'll see.
I'm just saying, he got all upset because you weren't kissing on him or giving him your attention.
That's how it is very often. I know when I am scorned, I hold a grudge. So I just hope he doesn't hold a grudge.
That's good to know.
To everybody except you,
make note.
Make note. I feel like there's a lot that's been going on lately, and not that there's a lot for, like, a lot just in general, just a lot on my mind. I don't know if you feel the same, Dakota. I just feel like we've had a lot of things come up in the last days that's just been a lot to think about.
Yeah.
I'm glad that
Dakota takes a moment. You can see that she's not thought about it as much as you have. I mean, she's definitely thought about stuff because you know she does that, but like, she's not as entranced with that idea. Enthusiastic about that idea. She's like, yeah, I've thought about it. Look at the cat. Would you like to elaborate?
I don't know. I've just been thinking about some of the moves we've been making, I guess. I guess this most recent meeting with Jackson, I'm a little nervous about moving forward with this. I'm a little nervous. I'm nervous about this meeting we're supposed to have with this sovereign.
Yeah, I don't know what exactly is wanted there. I mean, if you think about it, Jackson didn't say we had to take the deal, just that we had to take the meeting.
I know, but to me, it feels like we should take a deal because...
Well, we don't even know what the deal is yet.
We can make our negotiations in the deal.
I'll be honest, if this person has as much money and clout and, I don't know, pomp and circumstance as I'm guessing Jackson's friends do, then I think we should have them set up security in the area. Look, if they're going to start bringing all of this business in, if they're going to start investing, whatever the fuck that is, in stuff, then they also have to take the responsibility of making sure that shit doesn't go bad on the streets.
Right. I would agree. I think that that's a good investment to have for us as well. I don't know. I just worry that we're going to get screwed in the end by something. I don't know.
We're always screwed in the end, Ava.
I guess.
Until we're not.
I guess. I guess we make the best of it regardless. And
you're worried because we're working against the sandwich.
Yes. I don't think that we're at that level just yet, but we're slowly making it there. And I don't know what's going to happen then to all of us. What if everything falls completely to shit? And I don't know. What if we meet our final death from this?
You know, every night that we get up, we are possibly going to meet final death. We're not called the loud ones for no reason. So if you get past the fear of second death, then the only thing you have to worry about is surviving. Or at least, you know, being better than everybody else. You're in a precarious situation there, Ava. Because Bella actually likes you and cares about you and wants you around.
Yeah. Despite everything.
Yeah.
Because I have use, I suppose. That's the only reason she wants me around.
Yeah, well, I thought I had use too. She didn't put up much of a fight when I decided to walk, so. Or care very much when we brought her the truth, so. It tells me that she doesn't give much of a fuck. And honestly, if she's working with the Fae, then it sounds to me like she also doesn't give a fuck if there's a contract out on the sheriff.
I don't think she does.
You know, Ava, we could... Well, no. You wouldn't be interested in that.
Ava's, eyes perk up a bit. Her ears perk up a bit. Wouldn't be interested in what?
I don't know. Maybe trying to make the sheriff's life miserable tonight.
Oh, yes. What makes you think I wouldn't be interested in that? Of course.
I can joke too, you know. Gangrel's got jokes. So, I'm thinking... No. Your dear pal Brett is supposed to be like what? In the know?
He tries to be, yes.
Okay, well, let's just keep fluffing his ego, if you get my drift. And see if he knows where we could accidentally bump into the sheriff. Because see, there's this part of me that realizes that I really fucked up when I brought my sheriff problems to Bella. I should have brought them to the council.
It's true. I don't think Bella cares.
She doesn't.
About anything, really. And she won't fight for anything.
I don't believe that. But you're right, she doesn't care about us. So, I have a feeling that we're doing all the right things by getting the fuck out from underneath her thumb. But, until then, I haven't quite completely... I just don't feel... I don't have Hodge's head on a spike. So, I'm not satisfied. So, let's maybe just go kick up some problems. Because, you know, third time's a charm. If Hodges breaks the Masquerade a third time... then I have no choice but to go to the council and tell them the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
It would just be such a shame if we caught him
such a fucking shame.
Breaching the Masquerade once again.
And you know, I haven't been punched in a few days, so...
You're overdue.
I'm way overdue.
I can put out some feelers, see if Brett knows his whereabouts. Clearly, you know, he frequents, or at least he's been to, the Painted Lady. And maybe he'll be making a trip there or somewhere else.
And we don't exactly know yet what the outcome of a second hound down.
That's
true. To be fair, you likely wouldn't know that outcome unless you were part of the government immediately. So unless there's an announcement as to who the new hound is, which likely wouldn't happen, you wouldn't. Yeah, because you wouldn't really know until it was need to be known. There might not even be one yet. They might not need do the need.
So we're down to a sheriff and one hound.
As far as you know.
Well.
So you want to reach out to Brett, okay?
Yeah, I'll get my feelers out for that. The question is, what exactly do we want to do with the sheriff? Just provoke him?
Well, it can't look obvious. Honestly, I have a feeling that just my presence alone will be enough to stoke that fire.
Honestly, that's
all we gotta do is bump into him. Plus, I'm charming as fuck. So let's just be real that we know that I'll say exactly what needs to be said to assure Hodges gets a little riled up.
All right.
But I
think it's a plan.
Brett would know some things.
He might.
Oh yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead, please.
No, Dakota. No,
She's like, I forgot. So you would know where to find Brett. He's keeps it unsurprisingly kind of public where he stays. He's a few places he stays, obviously, but his biggest one is that it's kind of funny because now that you think about it, at least Ava, it's similar-ish to Ollie's goals in a weird way. So Brett can be found at something called the Backtrack Club. It's down in downtown Chicago. It's down in downtown Chicago, and it's a gay club. And he actually resides at the basement of that. However, his goals, much like everything he does, not so subtle, if he was to become the Keeper of Elysium, he wants to nominate his club as a neutral ground.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, that is interesting.
Okay, this is okay. On Ava's way out, Dakota's like,
Dakota wouldn't know that. Ava would know that.
Ava would know that.
This is a Toreador circle kind of thing where everybody knows where Brett lives, but everybody is the Toreadors know where.
Is
Brett
it well known that Brett
wants to be Keeper of Elysium?
Keeper?
Yes, that is well known enough where he's not subtle about that enough. But where he's living and stuff, that's more of a Toreador thing.
Hey, Ava. So I know Brett's a little bit of a project, to say the least, but with this support of Jackson, and if things go well, we could potentially help Brett get what he wants.
Get his title.
Just saying.
I think that's very fair. I think
maybe a little cherry for the ice cream as you stroke his ego.
Right.
I saw that with Mathis.
Yeah, I'm just shaking my head. There's nothing else.
I think letting him know that we're willing to help him achieve his goals and that we're making some moves might be a good idea. Let him know that we're...
He's kind of got a big mouth. Maybe we should hold back on the moves conversation.
I was going to say, I don't know about telling him about Jackson.
Maybe it is time for you to take on a little project, Ava. I mean, he's less than charming and kind of skeezy.
Just my type.
But does have...
Always oiled up.
Okay. I choose to rouse to throw up, please.
Look at this face and tell me that's not a man who's
so
oiled
beautiful
24/7.
He's so beautiful.
That's Brett Stryker.
So much.
I love him.
He's the I hate him so much.
He's so beautiful.
Okay. Well,
that's Annabelle and needs help.
Yeah, Dakota. So maybe some subtle coaching could be in order, because let's be real, nobody wants a Keeper of Elysium who spills all the beans all the fucking time or walks around short cocking. So maybe a little Ava touch, a little helping him be more subtle so we can actually prepare him to be good at his fucking job, if that is going to be the deal. Because the last thing we need is Brett to Brett it up in the Keeper of Elysium position after we suggested him to Jackson. You know what I mean? Like long term.
I just worry that he, like you said, he has quite the ego. And if I try to start offering some unsolicited advice to him,
you don't offer it. You manipulate him, Ava.
I will do my best.
Instead of asking him to put on pants, you buy him a new pair of very expensive pants and tell him they're the best on the market. Then his ego won't allow him not to put pants over his naked body. Do you see what I'm saying?
You're good at this, Dakota. You should really come out more to the clubs. I mean it. You're good at this.
To do what?
To do exactly that.
To get left by you on the dance floor?
You know what? I'm Ava's gonna ignore that. And just turn around.
And then you leave.
Yeah. I'll be back.
Okay.
You heading to the club?
Yes, I will head to Strikers Club.
Okay. And I think Dakota will head to the train yard.
Okay. Oh, we'll start with Ava heading to the club. The club itself is found downtown. However, it's over by the river north. It's over on the coast, actually overlooking the lake itself. Has a balcony. As you approach, you can see the colored lights over the wooden balcony out back, and you can hear music outside as lots of people are out there drinking and dancing. It's kind of got this kind of almost tropical shack feel to it on the edge. It's almost tacky and excessive in every way. It doesn't look cheap, though. It just looks excessive. And as you walk in, this place is like packed with people. The smell of alcohol, sweat, and other bodily fluids in this place is ever present for a kindred like yourself. The smell of mortality itself is intoxicating, and this place is a thriving piece of a living Chicago sitting on the coast where mortals clearly come through often. This is a Thursday, and this is packed like it's a Saturday. It's insane. But it doesn't take long for you as you mill about. Your name was on the list. You walked up and simply asked, and there was your name awaiting. And it doesn't take long to find Brett, completely surrounded by people, clothed entirely. This isn't a BDSM club. This is a more proper place, as it were. Drinking, dancing, and just singing along with the music that's going along. A club remix of some popular The Weeknd song. And he's just going along with it and screaming along with everybody, appearing as drunk as everybody else. But for the sake, if you were mortal, you would believe it. He plays it well. But as you watch, you are well aware he's not drunk, but he enjoys the scene it seems to cause. Now, as Ava walks in and is surrounded by these people talking, people trying to give you drinks, dance with you, yelling at you for getting in their way as you make your way to the center, are you going to be more patient, or are you looking to just grab his attention and go from there?
Gonna be a bit more patient, actually. I'll take my time, enjoy the club a bit.
Give me a time frame. I want to know, Ava, how long does Ava enjoy the club? How, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours? Like, I'm curious.
Probably like an hour or so.
An hour or so of enjoying. Do you keep your eyes on him, or do you truly just enjoy yourself?
I would probably keep my eyes on him. And my goal is to not I want him to notice me. Not so much I try to get his attention. I want him to see me at the club, if he ever does.
No, we're gonna have you make a roll right now. Let me get the actual thing. I've got the hiccups and it sucks. Oh God, I can't do it. Can I please get? I guess for this, since you're looking to get his attention, even though you're not technically performing, I'm imagining the way you're carrying yourself, the way you position yourself within the dance floor, always within his gaze at any given time. And just the way you're kind of carrying yourself is all in purpose to seeing if you can get his attention one way or another. So it seems very manipulative to me as well. So in my mind, we got a manipulation persuasion check in front of us. Do you have any specialties that might actually help you out here?
Seduction.
Absolutely, you can add one for seduction. And
do you have beautiful? What is the?
Do you have? Yeah, what do you have? Beautiful. What is beautiful? And stunning do? What does that have? Do you know? Do you have it written down? I can look it up if you.
I believe stunning. Depending, how many dots do you have in stunning?
I just have 2 dots in beautiful. So I don't even know.
So 2 dots in beautiful gives you any charisma based check. You get 1 die for every 2 dots. Okay, so you get an additional die for anything that's like I think
So I can add.
Actually, you know what? No, I would even agree with you. Now that you bring it up, I would say this is a charisma performance check as opposed to a manipulation performance check.
Oh, okay.
Charisma.
So then basically, because you're hot, he's gonna notice you.
Performance.
Yeah, so you're gonna add your beautiful,
I'll add my
your specialty,
and
you may, if you wanted to, rouse the blood to add a +1 to the roll. Like I don't know how badly you want to like snap his attention.
Him thirsty.
Heck yeah, let's do it.
Do it.
Okay. So
so you do not get any hungrier. That's great.
Okay. And all right, so persuasion, charisma. Was that what
What's
that was?
your BP?
Or that's 2.
You only get 1 at 2, right? Though you only get 1 when you rouse the blood. Yeah, it only goes to 2 at 3, right?
Yeah. Yes, correct. 3's the big bump.
Yeah.
So sorry, remind me what the role is again. Persuasion, charisma.
It is. It's going to be charisma performance because you're like you're trying to gather his eye with the way you're carrying yourself. You see it as kind of a sort of.
And the 3 extra
dice. Let's go.
Oh my god!
Holy
you messy crit with your 1 hunger die.
Beautiful.
You messy criticaled.
Wow.
That's a total of 10 with a critical.
Wow.
8 times +2. It should be 9 or 10.
8 plus 2 is 10.
Yeah, 10. Yeah. So you got 10 successes to get his attention.
Shit.
Oh, and you're not using. I mean, you're not using any disciplines.
I'm not using awe.
No, you're not using awe. But you are, of course, rousing the blood a little bit. You're thickening the blood. And what that looks like to a mortal eye is nothing as Ava begins to mingle amongst the crowd. She plucks a drink from the hand of somebody who offers it to her without saying a word to them as they get lost in the crowd behind her as the camera just sticks with her and follows. And as she walks through the crowd, ensuring that she's in Brett's vision, but never actually looking to make eye contact, just knowing she's always within his vision, she walks. And we watch as she walks and she takes a breath almost instinctively and reactively as mortal eyes slowly begin to catch eyes. First, they seem to notice only as she walks by as the camera watches them turn their heads a second too late. But soon the eyes and heads begin to catch on as she pushes through, seeing her beforehand and their attention gathering more. Now, if it were awe, all those within an area would immediately begin to turn, something just drawing them, the sound of your voice or the smell of some perceived perfume. But here, it's simply the way you are carrying yourself. But not to be outdone. Even if Brett has your attention now, you're not entirely sure he does, and it honestly doesn't matter. If he's not paying attention to you, he doesn't deserve your attention in the first place. You grab 2 mortals nearby. You don't even know what they look like. You can't remember because it doesn't matter. They are here to be used, to make a point. You don't need Dakota and Ollie around to make him jealous. You don't need your coterie around to prove a point and show how unimportant he is. You can walk into his club, get the attention of his patrons, and feed in front of him without anybody noticing and make him jealous by yourself. And so after a little conversation, you close your eyes and you pick one of the 2, pushing one of them away. You're done with them. And you sink your fangs into them after making out with them for a little while. You know eyes are on you, you can feel them. And if Brett doesn't notice you now, then he certainly doesn't deserve you. And as your fangs come up and you lick the wound close reactively, you feel a gentle tap, tap, tap on your shoulder.
I will turn after I finish.
Smiling with a spare drink in his hand, in a gaudy white suit with a bright red tie, stands Brett. His hair slicked back perfectly, completely clean shaven, and he swings a glass in front of you.
I will take it and kind of like swash the drink around a little bit, and
he gives you a sly wink and he nods his head for you to follow him.
I will follow.
Leaving the person but left behind. Were you hungry at all?
No,
I had 1 hunger die, right?
I was only at 1 hunger.
That was purely a gluttony feed there.
Yeah.
You probably fed 1 dot's worth overall, which doesn't matter. But you leave them feeling a little woozy and a little confused as to what happened, but certainly not displeased. And as you walk following Brett through the crowd, now two most beautiful people in this club now, walking through a crowd of mortals. Everybody's eyes consistently watch, even though they continue their dancing and talking with one another, not interrupting you. You eventually make your way into a back room where there's a kind of a back office where a lot of the business dealings are, and there's some middle manager sitting at a desk, and Brett simply waves, and he stands up, grabs his hat and his coat, throws it on, and heads out the door, saying, good night, Brett, and shutting the door and locking it. And Brett just kind of smiles widely as he turns to face you. The office itself is very, very plain. You imagine Brett probably doesn't come back here very often for how boring it looks.
Ava will kind of like lean against maybe a desk or something and just kind of smile at him. I've heard so many good things about your club, about this place, and I've never been able to come by. I'm so happy.
His lips curl into what could be perceived as a smile as he keeps his lips just gently open. You can see the tips of his fangs peering down from his top lip. And he looking kind of down at you as he takes a swig from the glass. And as you finish up, he's like, and what are your thoughts?
And I need to come here more often. That's what.
He smiles again widely now. Those no longer an appearance of one, but a grin. And he just takes a big gulp of his thick red liquid.
So how have you been?
My apologies. It seems we both have the same idea. I've been fantastic. What do I owe the pleasure of? Miss Heloise's company. And clearly trying to fake an air of not propriety, of he's faking being a stuck-up piece of shit.
Ava will continue to kind of bolster him up a bit before she gets to business. So she'll be, I was looking for a new place to attend tonight, and kind of tired of going to the rack and the same old places. I'm glad that I came here. I really wanted to see you.
You may make manipulation persuasion with a +1 for seduction.
Okay, manipulation persuasion. Let's go. 1 second. +1. Oh, 2.
You could re-roll 3 of them if you wanted to use a willpower.
I think I will. Let's use a willpower. Re-roll 3.
So you're gonna have a total of 4 successes. When you say came here to see you, his posture does, change ever a little bit more attention. He's kind of not as slack, and definitely kind of perks up, I guess is what the word I'm looking for. Well, I won't complain when I get to lay eyes upon a beauty such as yourself. There's I'm sure you know, there's a beauty only Toreador can truly carry.
And I feel that I've been so busy with my own coterie and our business. I don't know
how you hang out with them all the time.
They're my family. I do
word.
care for them. I realize that because I have been spending so much time with them that I haven't really been able to be around my own clan as much as I normally would like to.
The
truly.
Rose Garden missing a rose is always noticeable, even if we are beautiful, 12 or 11 of us, no matter.
And I appreciate you seeking me out as much as you do. You are one of the few roses that does.
Seeking you out? And he smiles. My dear, we've just ended up in the same place at the same time, and I think you came through my front door a minute ago.
Of course, but it was you who sent me that lovely invitation to Annabelle's gathering, and for that I do appreciate. I just had a hunch of the kind
of good time you would like. At the very least, your pet gangrel certainly would enjoy a place like that, I'm sure.
We did have a good time, and
good,
I want to get to know more roses like yourself and spend more time with all of you.
Well, the best way to do that is making sure you get an invite to one of Annabelle's parties. You put in a good word for you.
I would absolutely love that.
See if she enjoyed your company the last time around. You didn't cause any problems, as far as I understand. I don't know if you made any impressions either, but better to make no impressions than bad impressions, yeah?
It's true. The only rose that I really do get to hang around these days is the prince herself.
Bella is a magical creature, certainly. It is a shame that we don't get to enjoy her presence in those parties as often as we once did.
It's true.
She does an excellent job running Chicago.
You know, if
Make sure you tell her I said that.
I'm glad we're on the same wavelength.
Thanks. And
if, you do have some things that you need from her, or you need to, you want me to put in that good word, I certainly can, as I do speak with her often.
A good word for Annabelle and in exchange for a good word to Bella, I do not see an issue here. Consider it done.
Of course. Of course.
As far as anything, I don't have any particular specific desires within Chicago. Everybody has lofty ambitions, of course, but just knowing that Prince Bella sees me fondly and with a kind eye is all I truly need as a toreador in service to another. And he gives this enormous toothy smile and takes a giant gulp. As you're well aware, he desperately wishes to be keeper of Elysium.
Yes. Look, Brett, we all have our goals and ambitions.
Of course.
I want you to know that I'm on your side. And if there's any time that I can help you get to where you need to be, just say the word and I'm there.
You have been hanging out with a Nosferatu and a Gangrel way too long. Do you not know how we do business here? We don't just bring it up. We talk pleasantries. Business gets intertwined with pleasure. You made it too obvious that you want to do something, that you're looking for something. Now I know what you want already. Now I'm going to put in a good word for Annabelle for you and hopefully do the same for me. But now I know you want something else. What is it? And I'll think about a price.
I was wondering, since we're getting right to business then, I was wondering if you happen to know any whereabouts of the Sheriff Hodges. I know he was at the club that one night we were there. I'm just curious if you see him about in any social circles.
That's a peculiar request, Ava. No one ever goes looking for the sheriff. If you were about to tell me that you were quite fond of the sheriff, my dear, perhaps it's time you leave that coterie. Rejoin. I'll help. It's like putting you through detox or rehab.
It would be a detox, a juice cleanse.
It's just no one goes looking for the sheriff. Why in Cain's name would you be going looking for Hodges?
Wouldn't you like to know, dear? Why?
No, you know what? Now that he actually bites his lower lip and gives you like a smirk. Now that you mentioned it, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. But I don't know where he is. Listen, he's a Bruja. They're a bundle of fucking problems all alone.
They are. And I don't associate with many Bruja for that reason.
And you should. And he laughed. He's like, before we continue, I need another drink. Do you want anything?
I'm fine, actually. I'm quite satiated. Sure?
And he's like, oh, to clarify, I meant like wine, not like food.
I wish I can't. I'm good. Thank you.
Can I please get a manipulation subterfuge roll?
Yeah.
While I make a roll for dear Striker over here. I'm good. I'm super good.
Yep.
Fine. No worries at all.
All right. We got 3. We got.
I think, however, dear old Brett. Oh my God, Brett! Come on, man. You got nothing in insight.
He's Brett.
Unsurprising.
What insight does he all?
I was hoping as a Toreador he might have at least a little something in there.
He's the
about as
Toreador.
insightful as a potato.
So you rolled 3 successes and a crit?
Yeah.
No, just 3 successes.
Oh, just 3 successes. One of
Ready?
them was
Watch
10.
this.
Oh God.
Look at how many points he has in wits. Okay.
1 success.
You know what? He did really good, though. For
did.
one
He got
die. He did really good job, Brett.
He did. He succeeded on his dice roll. Good for this man. What did you say? What? I'm sorry. What were you saying to him to make him believe?
A drink. He asked if I wanted a drink, and I said,
"Oh yeah, because okay." What was that? He's like,
or I'm good.
He's like, "Oh, all right." And he's like, "Yeah, whatever." And he steps out and he leaves for a few seconds before he pops back in with a actual bottle of wine and 2 glasses just in case. He pours himself one, but doesn't pour you one, but leaves the bottle uncorked. As you take a look at it, I mean, it's a nice bottle of wine, but it's nothing that costs like 3 digits. It's like a 2-digit bottle. As he takes a sip and he kind of gestures, he's like, there if you want it. So, you want to tell me why you're looking for Hodges? Because sure shit isn't because you like the man.
No, I don't think really many like the man. He's kind of an asshole.
Especially you. I remember when you were a lick. Wasn't that long ago there, princess?
I guess you've heard the stories.
We all heard the stories. The new Rose immediately getting punished. You fucked up to get, what? Was it bathed in lie, or was that your brother?
To get what?
Bathed in lie, or was that your brother? Or were you the one that got branded? I know you both got fucked up.
I got branded.
So yeah, you want to go see the Hodges for a good time? Come on. If you're going to do that, at least like rim me first.
I would like to have some words with him. And he's a very hard man to find these days. It's almost weird that he's unreachable as the sheriff, but...
What? And he looks at you again. What do you mean it's weird? Oh, my dear Ava, my dear, sweet girl, sit down, sit down. He actually walks over, places the wine glass on a table, and guides you over to a couch. He sits next to you.
The mansplaining.
Yes, it does. Here it comes. Yeah, absolutely. And he's like, so he sits you down. He's like, let me explain to you why the sheriff isn't somebody people want to go find. And it should be difficult to find. He's not easy to find and he starts to go on about how the sheriff is impossible to find on purpose and how the prince keeps him away and blah, blah. Shit you already, like I said, are well aware of. But Brett is Chicago's Chad. He's the kindred Chad of Chicago. And so, much like a Chad thinking you are much stupider than you are, continues to explain. The question is, does Ava allow him to do so? Or does she cut off?
Darling, I am quite aware of these things. I have a hound, or had a hound, in my coterie, and she's quite aware of all of these things. As a matter of fact, she essentially reports to the sheriff, or did, and he was never around. So
I can't help but think she's lucky. But regardless, I to answer your question, and he stands back up, not to dance in circles, and he reaches down and picks up his glass. I don't know where the hell to find the sheriff, but I can point you in a direction of a Bruja who might know where the sheriff can be found, if you have interest in that.
I would very much appreciate that, yes.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
I can't convince you otherwise. I just feel like it might be a bad idea. And he's like, I'd like to see you at the club again. And if you piss him off and do something and he eliminates you, no one's not going to believe that you did something wrong. His word will carry more weight than yours.
Who is this Bruja?
All right. I can't change a beautiful woman dying like yours. Head up north. There's a little music studio called Studios Crew. You know a Bruja by the name of Damien out there.
Okay. And what is it about this Damien that makes him so dangerous? Obviously, that besides the fact that he's a Bruja and they have the temper of a bear and they will rage at any moment.
I think when you talk to him, you'll know. It's not my place to divulge his secrets. Wouldn't make me a good Toreador.
I see. And you're telling me that you don't see Mr. Hodges at any other clubs regularly besides getting a tattoo at the Painted Lady.
No, I do not. And to be fair, I'm happy for that. And to be honest, he doesn't hang out and dance from what I remember. Whenever he's ever shown up, he's usually there to get some work done and then leaves. Kindred's business is their own, unless it mingles in with yours. But I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Of course.
So is that it then? You came here to have business and take the attention of my pets outside.
Oh, please. We can still have fun, Brett.
Are you going to stay then?
Yes, of course.
Oh, well then. And he perks immediately back up. Are we heading back out into the club, or are we going to wander the streets, or shall we make another visit to the club that we met at recently? What do you think?
Let's enjoy your club a bit more. I would love to be a regular here.
He smiles.
Let's let your people know.
He looks like he goes to say something, but then he bites his lip as he and he goes, let's go. And he just opens the door and kind of makes a grand gesture for you to leave first. And as we see, the camera stays in the office and we see Ava leave, and we see Brett smiling as he shuts the door behind her. And we can hear the music thumping in the background. It'll fade, but how long will Ava stay here?
Probably a few more hours.
So we're looking at we'll say you spend anywhere between 3 and 5 hours total overall at this club.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Perfect. As we fade to black from there, and the sounds of the club kind of dissipate, it's replaced with the distant sounds of just city sounds. We can see the skyline of Chicago as the kind of light polluted sky, and the moon up above is the only thing we can see as the camera lowers down and we see trains amongst the train yard. Before long, we can hear the clamoring of somebody climbing up the top of a side of one and landing up top. And as the camera turns to the left and swirls around, a little bit in the distance, we see the silhouette of Dakota, having just climbed up a nearby train and hopping from one to another. What is Dakota doing here specifically? Is it kill time? Is she looking for somebody?
Well,
she's
definitely looking for someone, but she doesn't want it to be obvious that she's looking for them. This is also just like the territory in which she usually walks around.
Yes, of course.
So,
I just didn't know if you were specifically looking to have a meeting with Molly or not.
She is. She would like to know. I mean, because Molly's been here, a few days now?
Like one or two. It's been like a couple days.
Oh, I thought it had been longer than that. Well, no. It doesn't matter. This is where Dakota hangs out anyways. So
yeah,
this is just her space. So if Molly shows up, great. If she doesn't, well, she's doing her usual thing and making sure people stay out of her territory.
Yeah. So can I actually just go ahead and get a give me a wits streetwise roll from you as you kind of patrol the area. You're looking. Okay. Oh my god! If you hear crashing, Maya has the zoomies out of nowhere. She's flying around the room.
Okay, I can do. I was trying to think if I had any. I don't think I have anything specifically that'll help with this.
Yeah, I don't think you have any specialties for social stuff for the most part.
No, I don't. That's okay. That's okay. It's still better than my most of my rolls, so that's good. What streetwise coming up? 3.
Okay, yeah, that's not a bad roll at all. As you go throughout, there's occasionally just like a squatter here and there. Does Dakota care much about squatters as long as they're not kindred squatters?
I don't even mind the kindred squatter.
You haven't seen any kindred squatters yet.
I was gonna say, as long as I know who they are, that's fine. No, I don't mind the train squatters. Like Dakota knows.
Okay, cool. So you don't clear out the mortals so much.
This is part of the ecosystem she's trying to build here, right? Like we need people to feed on. The gang, we're gonna need people to feed on. Like we've got to build an ecosystem for the train yard.
Yep. That's no problem. Other than the squatters, though, the train yard, like most nights, is entirely clear of any other kindred, with the exception, obviously, of Molly. You actually do stumble across Molly, not that because she's looking for you, but because through your walks and whatnot, she's actually just in a train car, in a corner, leaning up, like twiddling her like feet. They're like kind of crossed. She sat down. Her legs are straight with her feet crossed at the end, and they're kind of bouncing. And you see her with a knife, like whittling away at something. It looks like a big stick, and she's just kind of chipping away. She clearly would have heard you coming. You weren't being super stealthy.
No.
So the clanging and banging as you arrive, and as you kind of jump into the car and you land 2 feet first, it actually catches you by surprise that she's there because she wasn't making any noise. But she's just kind of like looks up from the whittling and then just looks back down.
That's what you do to pass the time?
It depends on the night. Why are you being a dick?
I'm not being a dick. I was asking a genuine question.
I'm sitting in a train yard hoping to leave the city. What the fuck else am I gonna do?
Fuck.
She looks down again and just like she looks down at the stick for a minute, and then she closes her eyes and she just kind of puts it down, not forcefully, but definitely with like assertion next to her. And she just looks up. Sorry. Didn't mean it. Not like that anyway.
It's okay.
Just fucking in a rough few weeks. And she just stands up.
Oh, she stands. I was going to join her seating. Like,
if you walk over to look like she's going to sit and she looks like she's going to stand up, there's like maybe a moment of like awkward, who's sitting, who's standing. Yeah. And then she sits back down and just makes a gesture.
Dakota joins her crisscross and
she reaches into her front pocket and she pulls out a small pack of crumpled Marlboros. She pops open the lid and there's like, you can see 4. But actually there's 5 because as she reaches in, she pulls a half smoked one back out. She puts it in her lip and she actually reaches over for you.
I can, sure. Dakota doesn't usually smoke, but I guess she can smoke.
Yeah,
I'll take one if she offers one, yeah.
Can I get so as she puts it away, she actually reaches in and she pulls out what do you call it? A book of matches. And it has the logo of like some hole in the wall bar that you've never heard of. She pulls out a match.
Can I make note of that bar though?
Yeah, absolutely. It's called nope, not Cracker Barrel. That's not a bar. Wheelbarrow.
The wheelbarrow.
It's fine for now. It's a shitty bar. But anyway, as she pulls she kind of folds it over and folds the match between the what do you call that striking paper? What is it?
It's like a sandpaper almost.
Yeah, it's like a sandpaper and like the cardboard. And she just pulls once really hard and the flame just roars up and then settles down. Can I get a fear frenzy from you, Dakota? Check. Very, very low.
I did rouse to smoke, by the way. There's the rouse.
Okay. Your hunger did go up.
Frenzy, willpower, is it 5?
No, your hunger did not go up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, my hunger did not go up, but my frenzy check. Did it go through? There it goes. 3.
Perfect. You feel as the match is struck in front of you, literally inches from your face. It is you avoid fire like the plague. Anytime you've ever seen fire, there's something within you that just tells you to stay away. You know what it can do to you. So as she burns or strikes the match and the flame roars to life before it settles down much smaller, your beast absolutely becomes terrified. There's an immediate urge for it to rise and take over. It wants your body for a minute and it wants to run away. However, that moment only lasts for a split second. However, as the match comes down and Molly brings it over to her, she doesn't look at the cigarette in her mouth as she lights it. She just looks over to you, and like the whole time as she brings it over and then goes to light yours, and as she waggles it shut, you all disappeared on me, Maya. Good Lord, she stepped on my mouse Maya. And everything went down, and then she kicked her foot. And so as she brings the match down, she waggles it, kind of whips it around to put the flame out, and she takes a kind of just a drag and holds it for a minute. That shit still scares you. And then she takes another drag.
It doesn't scare you.
Wow, not anymore. At least not something that small.
Still gotta keep that beast in check, at least occasionally.
She holds this drag for a really long while before she just kind of like talks as she lets it out.
Yeah.
If you live long enough, you'll feel that feeling diminish a little bit. Or I don't know if it goes away or you just get so used to it, you know what to expect. It's like tolerance in booze. Remember? God. I miss it.
I was 18.
And she kind of like looks to you like, so? You never got drunk as an 18-year-old before all this shit happened?
I did some drinking, but found that alcohol never got me or anyone in my life very far.
Ain't that the truth?
So, since I was always on the wrong end of it, I decided maybe it wasn't for me.
Yeah. That was my escape, so. Don't matter now. That was a long time ago. You're... What? You're not that old. I think I remember hearing the rumors of a new gangrel in Chicago, but time is... Yeah, I don't remember how long ago that was.
Could you try?
I'm talking about you, by the way.
Oh.
She's like clearly seeing that you're confused.
Yeah, Dakota's like, I'm not new anymore. Dakota says, new gangrel, where?
And yeah, she's like, yeah, you're the newest one that's shown up. Unfortunately. I'm just trying to remember when you showed up. Your age.
I was 18.
Yeah, that's not what I mean. How old? How long has this been your life? Because, like I said, I do remember hearing rumors of a gangrel showing up in Chicago, but that could have meant anything. You were embraced here. You walked here. I mean,
I was not embraced here.
Yeah, most of us aren't.
I was brought here. And it's been about 12 years. Give or take.
Yeah, you're still young.
So they say.
Yeah, you're not a baby or anything. Don't fucking think I'm telling you that. But you are still young. And you still got a fucking long time ahead of you. You made it through the first 5 years. Consider that a fucking gift.
Also something I've been told. Somehow it seems to continue to get fucking shittier, though.
The deeper... it's weird. It's weird. The deeper and the longer you live, the more your life becomes less free. You're more free in those first 5 years when you are close to dying because you don't owe anybody shit. Yeah. The longer you live, at least in a city like this, you're going to end up owing people. And you know what the shitty part is? It doesn't matter if you believe in that shit or not. Because everybody else fucking does. So they make the rules. That's what the Anarchs were supposed to fucking change. Cheers to lies and deceit. And she takes a huge drag off of the cigarette until it's down to nothing.
You seem to have a lot on your mind.
Yeah, well, I lost a lot of shit. And she flicks the butt of her cigarette out the open sidecar.
Without getting too personal, and it's totally fine if you don't want to tell me. What do you mean by that? Most gangrel don't have a lot of shit to lose.
She just gestures. The Anarchs. That's what I lost. The Anarchs, a promise. As cheesy as it sounds, hope.
Hope? You hoped in the Anarchs?
At least what they initially represented when we first got started.
Which was what?
Democracy. Equality. You know, the shit you want when you're immortal.
You know fucking democracy is never democracy. That is simply a word used to satiate people so that they think they have control.
Yeah, well, whatever it is the Anarchs were doing, at least I had a goddamn say in it. Okay. It was better than and she just kind of points over to the skyscrapers. Whatever those fucking assholes are doing. The shit that you're stuck under.
I'm not stuck under anything.
She actually just chuckles at that as she reaches in and pulls out another cigarette.
I know. People seem to think I was forced or whipped. I learned a lot.
She shakes her head. Sorry. I don't know much about you.
All right, good. I don't know much about you.
Different worlds.
Maybe. But you came to this city for some reason. And you stayed for some reason. And, to my surprise, we both have similar outlooks.
Yeah. A long time ago. Doesn't really matter anymore how I got here.
So what? You're just gonna piece the fuck out and leave it all behind?
Yeah, absolutely. Why aren't
you?
Go
do what? Continue
to... Be free, wander. Not be locked down to a city. Just go town to town. Who gives a shit? Why get stuck in a place? Why live by a set of rules that could end up getting you killed if you decide to break one of them one night? Huh? If I accidentally, or maybe willingly, let my beast out for a night, I want to be able to walk away from that. Everybody complains about the curse of this thing inside you. But the only thing they do is kill you for it ever coming out. What the fuck is that about?
I don't think it's a curse.
Neither do I.
Hey.
It's a pain in the ass sometimes, don't get me wrong.
That it is.
But it also is... I understand it. It's primal. Like an animal, right? I know it's very cliche. And she kind of just gestures at you and then herself of us, but that's what we come from. It's our roots, it's our core. We understand animalistic behaviors, and the beast is nothing more than an animal. It's just one that can't be tamed, at least not fully. Respect, equality. Be its pack leader.
Well, you can't be a pack leader without a pack.
Well, I don't want to.
You're just a lone wolf.
I was talking in one of the metaphors, girl.
And Dakota kind of eyes her like your metaphor was weak.
Yeah.
Weak.
Yeah.
Okay, so how long have you been in Chicago?
Since the 80s. When I showed up, Saito and Camille had just gotten the Anarchs really rolling.
Oh, that turned out well.
She gives you like a raised eyebrow as she puts the cigarette between her lips, but this time she turns away from you and she strikes it. And you can still see the orange glow, and there's still but that desperate fear to make a roll isn't necessary. And as she lights it, she turns around and she turns around as she puts it out, she takes a hit. A hit. She takes a drink.
I mean,
yeah, you know.
Okay. So you peace out, you leave. All that work, all those things you fucking believed in, all the reasons you stayed in Chicago or what? History.
They're already gone. Fuck them, I'm not gonna start it again.
I didn't say start it again. I have retained some interesting information in the last 48 hours. Something that makes me rather hopeful. You see, when, after the bond to Bella, I chose...
You were bonded to the prince?
I look at her, glare eyes, what, you didn't know?
Again, no. No, I wasn't one that had many informants. That was more Saito's thing. And Saito kept his information to himself.
Oh, yeah. Saito. Do you know I used to dream about the many ways that I would torture Saito? Just a little tidbit of information. It was a personal pastime. That being said, yes, I fucked up, as you so put it, within my first few years of being a kindred. The prince felt like final death was probably too easy. And she felt the better punishment was to bond me to her for about 3 months.
That's some savvy shit. Fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that. That was a blur of a situation, but when I came out the other side, she gave me a choice. She asked me if I wanted to stay. Keep the bond or not. So I opted out of the bond, and I stayed. And you know what I learned?
Just kind of shrugged.
That our prince does not respect the lower clans.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise. Remember, I'm a youngin', I'm still figuring it out. In my 12 years in this city, in fact, I've only had one high clan member show any level of respect to me. This is the same person who also informed me on something that has changed my perspective a little.
Can I be blunt?
Have I ever asked you to be anything but?
You're talking like one of them cami bitches.
No, fuck you.
Yeah,
thinking
just
out
fuck
loud.
you. You're
fuck you. I'm thinking out loud here. Okay.
Oh, I had a meeting with a great Iron Clan member, and
I flick the cigarette at her.
Yeah, and they kept telling me vague things. Tell me what the fuck you.
I'm getting there. I have to think it out loud. Okay.
Go ahead, figure it out.
To say all of that, this individual has a particular interest in rebalancing the Camarilla.
So what? Does that mean this person wants this to be the king of Chicago?
This person is irrelevant to what I actually want to tell you. Which is that in all that time, and thanks to the perspective that they've given me, I don't want you to go.
Appreciate it. Breaks my cold little heart. Fuck this place.
In fact, I want to ask you to stay.
Good Lord, you have been in the cam way too long. What the fuck makes you think that these people are going to follow through with their promises about anything?
What makes you think that I'm not writing their empty promises so that I can do better for myself and my clan?
How about, let's flip the script. You come with me. Let's
and
go.
do what? Wander the woods like a bunch of dirty hippies? Been there, done that.
Explore the United States. Walk from
Been
city
there,
to city.
Done that.
Okay, let's go north. Let's go to Canada.
Oh, great. So what, we can go freeze to death with the mooses?
We don't feel cold.
What I'm trying to say is, what if we had the freedom to do that and have a home? What if we could go and come as we please and call Chicago a safe place when the mooses aren't kind anymore? Because as much as we like to think that we are an empty free spirit, we deserve our pack. And the Camarilla has squashed that idea out of our mind, that we are something other than we are. They have divided us, made us weak.
But what? So what are we going to trade for all that, huh? We're still the Camarilla. We still got a prince that we got to treat as a king. We still got a council that just does their own bullshit, even though the prince makes their own calls.
Oy vey, you're caught up in their ego. Who gives a fuck? I've been on my knees. I've been walked around the fucking ivory tower in a dress, flaunted like a lapdog. And I am still here. My pride intact. You want to know why? Because she didn't break me. And
what is your dream here, then?
My dream is to see Gangrel in this city. To have a real representation. To feel like we are not shit under their feet, or that we have to run as our only option.
A lot of our kind are anarchs.
Yes,
what
they
then?
are. I have I'll tell you something, Molly, that I told Bella a long, long time ago. Excuse me, Prince Bella, a long, long time ago. Don't underestimate me.
Oh, I ain't underestimating you.
But you are, with every breath that you take between that fucking cigarette.
No, it's not underestimation. As she takes another drag and blows it in, like kind of outward in just your general direction. No, you're young and you were a hound. That's a lot of power for someone as young as you. Means you got ability. I don't underestimate you. I just think you've been whipped into shape by these fucking camps.
Yeah. The Dakota that was a hound was. But the fact of the matter is, I was a good hound. I did everything that they wanted. I brought them every head. I pissed where they asked me to. I wore what they wanted. I showed up when I was supposed to. And when push came to shove, I was always honest. Even in the face of my own demise, I never lied to that bitch. And in the end, she still treated me like garbage. She still threw me out with the trash. Because in the end, the problem is not the Camarilla. It's Bella. It is the old guard, and you know this.
When you say that, when you say it's the old guard, she pulls a cigarette out and points at you. See, that's it. It's not Bella.
So, Bella is a representation of the old guard.
You're speaking like an anarch, girl. That's what we want to get rid of, the old guard. Fuck all the old fucks. They don't know how to...
Why try to be baby rebels about it? Why not start an insurgency from the inside and rip out the cancer?
Do you know...
Because let me tell you, your little rebellion, it fell. And it falls over and over again because the Camarilla is stronger. Because
no, and she shakes her head. She's like, L.A., baby. That belongs to the anarchs now.
How's that going?
I don't know. I haven't heard much. I have to head out there.
What I'm trying to say, Molly, is I like you.
I like you too. We're similar. We see the same way.
No, we don't. Because you believe that the only way to get what you want is to build something new. I want to get what I want from the inside. There's already a structure to that house. I'm just gonna gut it. And all the right people.
Okay. You get in there. You do your little infiltration. What is your end goal, Dakota? Is it simply just to have Gangrel in Chicago? Is that what you want?
Right now, I would very much like to see more Gangrel in this city. I'd like to see us given more than a small fucking park. I'd like to see us show up to a few Elysiums.
Play it out
really
with
fucking
me.
Party.
Play it out with me then. I say yes. I'll say, all right, Dakota. Gung-ho, you convinced me I'll stay here. What then? Because I'm not part of the cam.
Yet?
You have to get me accepted in that shit. And they're not going to take me without a price. Which means selling out friends.
Wrong.
You don't think so?
I think that if you humble your ego, something they're incapable of, take a knee, make the pledge, take a position of hound.
You're jumping 900 steps. You think they're going to offer me position of hound right when they bring me into the Camarilla? What?
No, but I think Bella will at least hear me out.
You are ambitious.
Well, you're not.
No, I'm realistic.
You're a runner.
Listen.
You're running from your fucking problems. And as somebody that used to do that all the time, I don't do that anymore.
I just want to see another night, Dakota. That's all.
Well, you got a train car.
I'm not walking into that damn ivory tower unless I have some sort of absolute certification guarantee that I am walking the fuck out. Because if I walk in there being promised that I'm going to be accepted into the cam and then she decides to take my head off for all the wrongdoings I did for every year that I was an anarch since 1983, fuck that. I need a guarantee. And if you can't give me that, I'm not fucking going.
So I get you a guarantee that you'll walk out with your head.
How are you going to be able to guarantee that to me with me believing it?
You talked earlier about all of the boons and garbage and exchanges that they do. You'll be glad to know, Molly, I don't do business that way. I do business by my word, which I know is odd. But consider it your lucky day then. Because all I can give you is my word. I can try, I can ask. But if I assure you walk in and walk out with your head intact, you assure me that you're going to take the knee in front of her.
She shakes her head. Fuck that. I will assure you I'll have a talk with her. I don't care if you worship her as Prince and take a knee in front of her, but to me, she's a fucking pretty ass fucking Ventru or Toreador or whatever the fuck she is.
There's another page in my journal with tons of theories on ways to kill her prince. It's right next to Saitos, in fact.
I'm not promising shit.
Well, then I can't promise you anything either.
Only thing I can promise you is I'll have a talk, but I am not promising you that if I walk in there, that I'm taking a knee. Because if I don't like the shit she's trying to sell me, if the potpourri isn't over the layer of diarrhea on that plate to make me think it smells awesome, I am not saying yes.
All right, fine. Fine.
And if she wants me to give something up, she can fuck herself. I already lost a bunch of friends. I'm not losing more.
Fine.
And she kind of just
want to go?
grunts.
If you want to go, go. I can't stop you. But I was honest with you. I want to see the gangrel really represented. Not silenced. Not repped by somebody that doesn't give a fuck about them. You say there were all these gangrel and the anarchs. Where are they now? They left because they lacked leadership.
No, we left because the anarchs, because Saito's a betraying piece of fucking shit.
Because Saito and your council were shitty leaders. They made huge mistakes. Take it from one of them. That kind of helped that happen.
What do you mean? And she flicks the cigarette.
I mean that my job of hound wasn't always easy. I'm pretty sure Saito probably did it to himself and deserved every ounce of it. Cammy too. Another backstabbing
fuck piece of shit, Cammy traitor bastard.
Cammy, there's a lot of history
Cammy.
there too.
Fuck Cammy.
That being said, the Baron was our problem. And you continued to send him into our territory, into our space, and he continued to make huge mistakes.
Camarilla, you were in our territory.
Last time I checked, Ollie's bar was not Anarch territory. And the Marin made one too many attempts with his shitty ghouls to come in and fix that problem.
She just shrugs. It was a plan. Wasn't mine, but hey, it worked.
Again, your shitty leadership didn't think far enough ahead. You call me ambitious. I call it tactics.
No, you know what the fucking problem is? You want to know what happened? It wasn't shitty fucking leadership. It was your bimbo of a Toreador getting in fucking Saito's head. Fucking up his decision making. Ever since she showed up, his goals changed. Anarch seemed like a passing thought to that fucking asshole until he had to take up the financial reins. That didn't last too long until he fucking disappeared, so. Then everything fell apart. And now we're here. Ooh, what a story. Really glad I went through that again. So, you want to talk to the prince? I'll let you make a meeting for me. But all I will promise you, as long as you can guarantee my safety, I will talk to her. I'll hear what she has to say. But if I don't like it, I want to be able to say no and leave. I don't want to have to say no and have my head taken off.
That's reasonable. It's not illegal to not be part of the Camarilla.
No, but it is illegal to be what I am.
You claim to be an anarch, but there is no anarchs left in this city.
I am an anarch in my blood and in my heart. Always. But I'll play the long game if you can convince me it's damn worth it. For right now, though, I'm willing to hear your damn prince out.
I am not without a plan for the anarchs as well. What if I told you I've already started helping them?
I'd say how, because I don't see it.
Dakota shakes her head again. She's like, what's in front of me? What is right here? I get it, but nothing happens overnight.
Yeah, sure. Fair enough. Well, I ain't going anywhere tonight, so you don't have to worry about that.
I wasn't worried about it. You can't go anywhere without my help anyways, remember?
Yep. You chuckle. She just takes a drag.
Yeah, Dakota likes that. That's very funny. Fine. In fact, I wanted to, I know you're jonesing to get out of here or whatever, but you think you could wait a few more nights?
She shrugs. Yeah, I ain't in a rush. I got no business to take care of anymore anyway.
Might have a little party in the train yard.
What do you mean?
I mean, a little gathering of the gangrel.
Okay. And she just
she once again is like
she's
such a tiny little mind she has.
Yeah,
she has no imagination whatsoever. Dakota's like, I'm just saying, I too once thought I was an anarch, and I'm not denying whatever it is in your heart and your soul. I'm just saying, I found something here that the anarchs never offered me. Real power. See, the anarchs spend all your time trying to get it. The Camarilla already has it. And you know what? If you're a real anarch, you'd be looking at me as a way into the Camarilla to take it down. But you can't even see that big.
Because that's not what the anarchs are about at their core, Dakota. We don't want power. We want equality.
Oh, and how has that worked out for you?
I'm aware of our fucking situation. But just
and
because we are losing here,
you simply recreate the same fucking structure that the Camarilla has.
I'm not disagreeing with you here in Chicago. That's what happened, okay? But something must have went right out west. Something. Because apparently it's like an anarch haven out that way.
Oh, and I bet it's all sunshine and rainbows too.
Who's to say? And she like gets, after you say that, she just tries to push on. Who's to say Camille didn't fucking sabotage the anarchs from the goddamn start?
There's not to say that she didn't. This
I am willing to hear
that
you
you
out.
want is what I want.
It
is what I want.
It's like we're in the same book, but like we're on different chapters.
So let's take our fucking labels off for a second here, Molly. Fuck Camarilla. Fuck Anarch. At the core of what we both want is equality.
Yes.
Okay.
We just disagree on how to get there.
Do we?
I don't want.
You don't want what?
I don't want to be. I don't want to be part of the system. The Camarilla system is more dangerous. I understand the argument that the anarchs are also a system, okay? I get it. And I'm not going to try and change your mind, much like you're not going to change mine. But you can't tell me that the Camarilla system isn't inherently more dangerous to be a part of.
I'm not saying it's not more dangerous. It is, which is why we need each other. We need somebody to have our fucking backs, because they don't. And guess what, Molly? The anarchs didn't have yours either. So if you think that they're so much better than the Camarilla, you're wrong. They're both desperately, at its core, flawed, and we both know that. So now, right here, in this moment, right in front of you is an opportunity to change something, to get what we both want. All it takes is for both of us to stop worrying about fucking labels for a second.
You have my promise. Guarantee my safety and I'll have the talk.
So, I'll see what I can do. Not that the prince is going to want to see me, but I'll see what I can do. More importantly, if she wants you to give up things for the anarch, about the anarchs, are you willing to? Think smart here, Molly. Give up some old shit, something that doesn't matter anymore.
It depends on what she asks for, then. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Could save your head.
Yeah, that's my that's my fear. I'd have to make a decision
how
in my
about
head and
this?
somebody that I care about.
I'll see if I can't get us a little gathering here in the train yard over the next few nights. Just stay put. Keep whittling or whatever it is that you're doing.
She, finishing up now her third cigarette, she, takes the last drag and she puts it out against the wall. And she flicks it out past her shoulder, out at the side of the car again. Yeah, we ain't going anywhere.
I have one last question, and this is maybe just a little bit more personal. You said you've been here since the 80s.
Yeah.
What do you know of Sheriff Hodges?
He was sheriff back then, too. Doesn't really mean anything, I guess.
Okay, so he's been around a while. I had that feeling. But as an anarch, I imagine...
Scared you don't want to run into that fucker. There's not a single person I know that he ran into that was anarch that actually ever came back.
Well, you're at least looking at one person.
I said anarch.
Dakota again, like, swallows the pill. It's like, you're missing the point here.
Yep.
I guess what I'm saying is, I personally would really appreciate a little Hodges intel. And I know that somebody that you care about over there on the Anarch side probably has some. You can stay as long as you want.
Once.
What?
I seen him fight once.
You saw him fight once. Fight who?
Two anarchs who thought they got the jump on him and tried to take him out. This was in the 90s.
I'm guessing it didn't go so well for them.
Ever see a man move so fast that when you see him again, all your friends are dead? In a matter of seconds, 3 of your friends' heads are come off. And it doesn't even look like he moved. So I guess seeing him fight is a bit of a stretch. I've seen him kill.
Fast. Dakota, that's good. That's real good. That's good. That helps Dakota. Well, I know he packs a punch. Again.
Yeah.
The joys of being hound.
Yeah, don't fuck with him.
Dakota laughs. It's too late for that. He fucked with me.
Before you die, just make sure you get me safe.
Yeah. If you find anything else about Hodges, though, you let me know.
Oh, yeah, I'll come running. Not gonna go looking, though.
For me? Oh.
No, for Hodges or any information about him.
Like I said, if you happen to know anyone, I'm happy to go digging for the information. You don't have to do it. You just have to let me know who it is.
She just she shakes his she nods her head rather, and she's like, again, the only people I know who ran into him have never come back. Unfortunate side of being an anarch. On the line of a Camarilla war. No, I'm not trying to bring the mood any further down. He's a dangerous man. You should know that by now.
Like I said, firsthand.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah.
That's not somebody I'd want to piss off.
Too late.
Well.
He seems to have a personal vendetta against old Dakota. And I thought I was charming.
She actually looks just like, you're actually the most charming gangrel I've ever met. Except, no, that's a lie.
Molly
she cuts her off. She's like, that's a lie. The second most charming one I've ever met.
Okay, who's the first most charming?
Oh, I met him only once. Beckett. That's right.
Yeah. He is charming.
Very, very quiet. Anyway. Thanks for the company, I guess.
You are welcome.
Enjoy your evening. I'm going to get back to whittling.
Well, don't hurt yourself.
She actually kind of raises an eyebrow. It is a short, sharp, pointed wooden
It is a
object
sharp
that
pointed thing.
Yeah, and she's just kinda,
and don't have too much fun.
There's a moment of just like, what are you? Oh, really? And then
how about this? I lean over. I reach in. I grab my little black book and I rip a paper out and I write an address and I'm like, if you get tired of whittling in the dark by yourself, come to the back door of this address and I'll treat you to a movie.
She reaches forward and she just grabs it and quickly shoves it in her pocket nonchalantly. Yeah, thanks.
Like, if you're happy with the whittling, there ain't shit I can do about that. There ain't nothing that Dakota can do about that.
And right. Does Dakota kind of just head up and stand up?
Heads out.
Heads out and continues her patrol. And after you go through that, you kind of head back to the movie theater. And you're actually at the movie theater for like 2 hours before Ava does show back up. And as she walks in the front door, she looks pristine, but she definitely smells like a club.
That was a lot of stroking.
It was. It was fun. A nice night out.
And
I got some information, but man, I think I'm just out of it, you know? I'm out of the scene. I think I
don't know, Ava, enlighten me.
Just Brett, making his usual demeaning comments, just, casually mentioned that I think, I hang around you and Ollie too much, and, Gangrel and Nosferatu, and, not enough Toreador, and, it just made me realize that,
you hang around Low Clan too much?
Damn, Dakota, that's not what I was saying. I just, the way a Nos gets information and the way a Toreador gets information, we do operate differently, and I clearly am not operating the way I normally should. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I was able to get some information. Brett doesn't really know where the sheriff hangs out. Not really something that he probably wants to know.
Oh, Brett, what a fucking pansy. What does he know?
He knows of a Bruja that might have some information.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm a little worried about this one. I'm all for this, Dakota, but are we sure that we want to do this?
I am sure. It seems that everybody else around me is really unsure, though, so it's totally fine. I can handle this. Tell me who this Bruja is.
His name is Damien. He mostly resides at a place called Studios Crew Music Store.
Dakota, can I get a wits streetwise on when she mentions Damien followed by the studio name?
Yeah.
Just because where you hang out, you may have come across or heard of
this before.
Well, something specific.
A 3.
3? You actually heard of a local band that records actually out there by the name of Baby Chorus. You've heard some of their music. It's okay. It's nothing amazing, but it's not bad. It's just very generic, kind of like underground grunge rock.
Kindred band. What about them? There's a band there that
you don't know their Kindred. You just know the band.
Oh, I don't know their Kindred?
Yeah. You don't know their Kindred yet. You just know that there's Baby Chorus. It's kind of a local popularity a little bit, but nothing huge.
Well,
okay.
That's where this Bruja resides, and he
is that a performance space, Mathis, or is that like a recording
space?
Studio?
Recording studio.
Okay, recording studio. But take this for what it is. But Brett warned that he's kind of a scary guy to talk to. But that's again coming from Brett. So, Bruja or Bruja, and I don't know what we're in for, is what I'm saying.
Well, we can go find out.
We certainly can. Brett didn't inquire much about why I was interested in the sheriff, but he obviously knows something's up. Not that really matters.
Okay. Well, the night is young, Ava, and I just sat and watched a gangrel whittle a piece of wood for 2 hours, so, feeling saucy.
Oh, good. We're gonna need it. Yes, let's do it.
Okay, you can't wear that.
What?
You look great. You're hella obvious.
Then what?
Didn't I give you a pair of fucking leather pants or something?
God, I hate wearing pants. Fine.
But your butt looks good in it.
You're right, it does. Okay, I'll go change.
And as Ava scurries off to the back room, convinced the Dakota to change because of a singular compliment.
What to say.
Exactly.
You're so good at this, Dakota.
She really is. Dakota is such a great manipulator.
She is.
No, she is. She's really great. After we see Ava kind of scurry off and get ready to change, we'll fade to black and go to break here.
Nice.
And we'll pick back up as we arrive at the studio to meet some canon characters that
I'm
are
very excited
more
about
canon
this.
characters.
more canon characters and some more plot information as well. So we'll be back in a few minutes, everybody. We'll see you soon.
return.
We return. Okay. So we'll actually just pick on up with the two of you heading out from the movie theater as you pile into a car and make your way out into the downtown Chicago, more towards the north after a little bit of time. You eventually will cross into Brujah territory. Now, Brujah territory is all the way to the north, like as far north as you possibly can go. You have to go through, obviously, downtown, which is Toreador. Then you go through the near north side, which is Malkavian, and then even further out than that. It has a similar feel to your area in terms of the kinds of like how much money seems to be flowing through and the types of buildings and various degrees of upkeep and whatnot. It's all very similar to you, just the north end. But before long, as you kind of plot along, you do eventually come across Backtrack Studios. It's a small little place sandwiched between two other buildings that are nondescript with no signs outside of them. You're not entirely sure if they're abandoned like commercial spots or they're rented by somebody who's literally not putting any labels on them on purpose, because it does look like there's some upkeep to the area, even if there's no obvious businesses. But this one right here sits right in the center, and it's rather small. As you're driving by, actually, Ava, you're rolling by. It's a little bit of traffic. It's still relatively, at an hour where mortals are milling about. And on the outside of the studio, it's just two plain glass doors with big glass windows in the front that show kind of a front lobby that leads into the back area where the actual recording studio is. But on the front, there's a bunch of people milling about. Immediately, you don't really recognize any of them. There's 1, 2, 3, there's 4. And kind of taking it in. Dakota, of course, obviously noticing as well. Dakota, you will not notice any of them, no matter what. But Ava, there is a moment where one turns and you see a full face. And as you see the face, there's even a moment where Ava looks like she's just kind of like scrunches her brow, and it looks familiar to you. And then you realize, aha, I know that face. That's Nero.
Oh, I would actually try to point him out to Dakota. If I see him, I'll like.
So as you drive by, you nudge Dakota, and Dakota.
What?
Look, you see that guy there? That's Nero.
He's now, the one. There's a moment, Dakota, where the one she's pointing at, you're like, that kind of looks like Brett. He's got longer hair, and he's got a very clean, complex face. But as you look a little bit more, there is differences. It's not quite Brett, but if you want a picture real quick.
I swear to God, are you all cookie cutter?
It's very similar. It's very bizarre. But
okay, he is very
handsome too.
He's a little bit more Van Damme. He's very Van Damme.
But it's hard to tell, especially at the
very
distance
handsome.
that you're at. You're driving by really quick. You get a glimpse.
Well,
and
I'd say it
looks like
yeah.
Brett.
Yeah, I'd say it's Brett, but he's got his pants on.
Why is he here? I guess he's really into music. So
he was playing the piano when he was the one playing the music at Annabelle's party.
Well, then
and he did wake up to musical dreams.
To music in his dreams.
You remember that?
Okay.
He did wake up to music in his mind, Ava.
Well, as much as I'd like to say he's my type, he's not. So why don't you go chat him up, because you clearly know him better than I do, and I'll see if I can't hunt down our grumpy Brujah.
Oh gosh. Okay. I'm a little nervous. Is my hair?
So
look
you're,
okay?
you're driving by, and do you want to like? I'm assuming you want to park like a little bit away.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, way to make us all thirsty, Mathis.
No problem. I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew that he was there.
Congratulations. Okay.
I think it's funny that Nero looks a lot like Brett, though.
Whatever you do, just play it cool. Do not mention Madison at all.
No.
Not a Madison conversation. Not good for a first.
He's also like really old, like a really old kindred. Like I don't really talk to old kindred. Okay.
What do you usually do? What do you usually do with old people? You sit and you listen, or you sit in silence. So just be there.
Okay.
And yes, you look fine.
Okay.
So you park a couple blocks out. You kind of having that prep talk as you get out of the car. Straightening everything out and make sure. Okay, don't overdo it. Just be yourself. Blah blah blah. And as you make your way out and round the corner and the crisp air begins to hit you and you walk down the street, pushing past a couple of straggling mortals who are still out at this hour, you actually can see him and one other, while one of the other four walks in the other direction, walking in this direction. He's actually with a woman that you also now recognize that you're walking by. It's another Toreador. You saw her at the party. You don't know her name, though. You've only saw her at the party. She's, I'll give you a quick description. Pitch black hair, bright, kind of a dark, not a bright, but a very dark red lipstick that runs across her lips. She has incredibly dark eye makeup over her, and she wears a very dark clothing. In fact, she strikes, in terms of style, she very much matches Rose in the way she dresses.
Okay.
And she seems to be having very light conversation with Nero. Nero is staring dead ahead, doesn't seem to be speaking, but she's smiling as she's saying words, and they get closer and closer. Eventually, their eyes will both kind of linger to the two of you, and then go back up, and as though they're going to walk by.
Ava's going to try to play this very casually. We'll see how I do. But she's like pretending to have a discussion with Dakota and be very, important. Mm-hmm. And then she'll just glance and be like,
"What? I can't hear you."
and just play along. And then she'll just be, Nero? Like very casually, like seeing somebody on the streets, very casually.
As you say that, the conversation between the two of them actually cuts abruptly as the young lady by his side actually looks to you as you say his name, and he actually stops in his tracks and looks over his head to you. Can I get a wits insight check from the both of you, please, as Nero looks over to Ava?
What's insight? 3 successes, sorry.
Okay, 3 successes. 1 success.
1 success.
Nothing. You did not pick up anything, both of you. There's just a simple gaze over, and he looks over to the both of you before his eyes lock onto Ava, who said his name. And the woman looking kind of confusedly both to you, and she's the one that speaks up. I'm sorry, we're on our way out. Can I help you?
Sorry, I just happened to recognize you. Nero, at least I was
she looks back up to Nero, then back to you. You know each other. And Nero actually looks down to you and then looks over to the woman and simply shakes his head. I am not familiar with this face, no.
Sorry, how so rude of me to not properly introduce myself. Ava Heloise.
The woman snaps her fingers. You're one of the Heloises? I should have guessed. My apologies. And she reaches forward to grab your hand. My apologies for what happened to your blood.
Oh, it's quite all right. I appreciate that.
Kathy, by the way.
Kathy, very nice to meet you.
Mortals continue to push by you during this. You're kind of standing in the middle of the sidewalk, and Nero looks down to you. I apologize for not recognizing you if we've crossed paths previously.
Not necessarily. I was at a very special event for you a few weeks ago. So it's great to finally meet you. Of course.
He gives a smile. I wouldn't dare call it a warm smile, but a gentle, small smile. And he says, it does mean a lot that you were there in celebration of my return.
Of course, it was quite the celebration, and it's great to be able to speak with you in person for the first time. Are you a fan of music, or?
Fine. Live music is a preference of mine, and seeing a music recorded here has been a treat that I've enjoyed for. Well. And he shakes his head. I have business to be tending to, Miss Heloise. It was a pleasure. And he looks over to you, Dakota, and my apologies, my manners have escaped me. And he says, Miss, and kind of leaves it like lingering as he looks at Dakota.
I'm Dakota Rain.
Miss Rain, it was a pleasure. He looks to Kathy. Kathy, please. And he nods. And Kathy looks at both of you and just gives you a polite smile and then doesn't say any words. And he begins to walk away.
He noticed.
I'm sorry, Dakota. I didn't even introduce you. I'm so sorry.
No.
How rude of me.
No.
She starts panicking
Dakota's
the
goal
minute
was
he
to
walks
like
away.
not be noticed. Like Dakota was
right.
genuinely trying to like not be noticed. The fact he did is an anomaly. does not go unnoticed by Dakota.
I think that went well. Good first impression, hopefully. Whew. It was good. I just want to make sure I make a good first impression.
Yeah, I think you did. I think
he's so I don't know, like nebulous in a way. It's so mysterious.
Oh my god!
I need to learn more.
Giving off Saito vibes to her. She has a type. It's the mysterious magic type.
The mysterious type.
Oh god, it's a Saito replacement. I'm only just realizing this right now.
No.
The minute Ava started freaking out, he's so mysterious and I know nothing about him. And oh my god, he's so.
No, I just want to date him.
Yeah. Dakota probably is also like.
Ava, are you blushing?
If I could blush, I would be. I'm just a little flustered.
Do you have a crush on an older man?
A couple centuries.
Okay. Well, tea.
It's like my tea.
Well.
You just Dakota to start back walking.
Dakota could say so many things.
Ava immediately went into flustered mode as people are walking by. It's almost like a scene out of a movie where she's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry, I forgot I didn't introduce you." Like all these dumb things that don't matter to Dakota. But keep in mind too, these are all Ava's weapons, and if she comes off bad, it could mean more than just like a bad first impression.
Ava, I thought you did great. Let's think about it. You didn't do anything embarrassing. You didn't trip. You didn't stumble on your words, and he thanked you, so...
That's true. Was I cool?
I don't think he judged you for hanging out with me, so...
That's good. And you know what? He saw me in the music district, so, he likes music, I like music. We're already
when
making
was the last time you went to a concert?
I can't even remember.
Can you even name the band we're going to meet tonight?
I can't even remember what they were.
I'm gonna make a suggestion as you woo this older man. Don't say you like live music if you don't.
You're right.
Great. But you could convince Brett of that. That's fine.
Today we learned you can convince Brett of anything. He has no insight.
He has. That's super duper true.
Well,
so
at least
you continue walking towards the studio, I'm assuming, as you speak, and you actually could see it just outside. A young black man, completely clean shaven, with short hair, with a T-shirt that's a bit faded. But as you get closer, as he's picking up a guitar case that's closed and slinging it over his shoulder, looking like he's about to walk into the front door of the studio, you actually get a flash of the faded gray T-shirt that says "Baby Chorus" right on the front of it.
I stop Ava before we get really, really close, and I grab her. I imagine she's wearing like a really expensive fake leather jacket, and Dakota grabs it, and, like pulls her in a little bit, and I'm like, "Hey!"
You hear the squeak and the creasing of the plastic leather as he grabs it.
I know that it's fake.
Yeah,
and I pull her in a little bit. I'm like, "Hey! If this goes well, who's to say we don't open up a new music venue in our district? I bet Nero would come see concerts."
I like the way you think, Dakota.
I kind of pat her on the shoulder a little bit.
Let's make sure this goes well. That'll be my new project.
Yeah, Dakota's like, takes a deep breath and walks up to this guy with Zeke, and she's like, "Sup?"
That's where you walk. So sorry, you walk up to this guy.
That's when I woke up. I'm like, "Sup?"
As he's his back is like just turning towards you. You walk up to him and you're like, "Sup?" And there's a slight hesitation as he's reaching for the door, and he just kind of looks over. Hey. And then turns back to the door and reaches forward and grabs it and pulls it open. He's like about to walk in.
I give thumbs up to Ava. I'm gonna follow right behind him. I don't even let the door close.
You
there's
don't?
nobody around. There's no security, right?
No,
okay.
You don't see any security at all. As you kind of put your foot in the door as it catches it, and there's actually notice there's a bell at the top as it jingles a little bit.
Damn it.
He actually only takes a couple steps in before he stops, and he slowly turns around. Yeah. Can I help you?
We are looking for music.
Well, we're done recording for the day, but there's a CD shop a couple blocks down that way.
Is the band still here? She's a fan, a huge fan.
He looks past, and he squints and like, I gotta make a roll.
Shit. Can I fluff up my hair a bit and make sure I really look like a fangirl?
Try to get the right pool for him. I gotta open up his page. Okay, it is. Okay, yeah. Not a bad pool for him. Yeah, it's 6.
I'm like pointing.
2, 3, 4. 4 successes. He looks to her and he squints. And he's like, if you
please, I just really just kind of wanted a signature for my notebook.
Okay. And I throw my hands up. She's lying. I'm the fangirl, but I didn't want to tell anybody, okay?
Go ahead and give me a wonderful manipulation subterfuge roll, please.
Oh my god.
Go ahead, okay. Dakota. Good luck.
Hey, little faith here, Mathis.
Dakota, the lying master.
Here's the thing, though. I would think that it's actually not too much of a lie because Dakota actually knows this band, which means she's more likely to know a song than Ava is.
Very true. Very true.
Oh, God.
But you haven't really even allowed him to talk all that much. You talked over him and was like, no, I'm the fan.
No!
Oh,
okay, wait.
No.
I'm going to willpower at least 3 of those die.
You only get 2.
Oh, you're right. I only get 2. Okay.
Come on, dice.
I'm going to do it. D10. Okay.
Give us 2 successes, please.
Just even 1 would be nice.
Oh, I heard the...
no, not even 1.
Well...
He,
Oh, no.
If you're here to start some shit, I suggest not. And he kind of actually slowly pulls the guitar off of his shoulder and leans it by a nearby wall.
Fucking fine. We just, what was his name? We want to talk
to Damien.
We just want to talk to Damien. We don't want to start shit. I ain't got time for shit. That's the truth.
And what do you want with him?
We just want to have a conversation.
About what?
I have a question I'd like to ask him. It's personal.
He again looks at you and then again back past you at Ava. You're talking to him.
Oh, fuck. There you go. It's nice to meet you, I think. I kind of look at Ava. I look back at him.
He raises one eyebrow.
More private. Look, we're sitting in the middle of like a hallway, right? Or like,
well, yeah, you're like in the lobby area or the foyer or whatever of this place, and yeah, hallway. He there's like by lobby. I mean, it's like 3 chairs in a small room, but there's a door that opens to the right that does lead to a hallway that leads further back into the recording area and stuff.
You got a more private location to maybe sit down.
He kind of looks you up and down again, and then at Ava. Yeah. And he kind of just grabs his guitar, puts it back over his shoulder, and he just kind of nods this way.
Okay, well, now I learned what his weapon is. Learning so many things about him.
As you shut the door, and it shuts. As you're about to walk, he kind of shouts over his shoulder, flip the thing to closed. As you turn around, Ava, just like a sign, flip it over. And you make your way out. As you make your way into the back, there is a small little recording area. I've got that glass pane between the audio stuff and then the actual recording with a couple of microphones set up back there. Nothing incredible, but a functional setup, certainly. And as you walk in, the soundproofing everywhere, kind of makes just nice and peaceful in here. As soon as you step out of the hallway, it's just like a quiet that you forget exists. And you shut the door and it really solidifies the silence in here. He lazily tosses his guitar case onto the a nearby like bench with cushions. And he kind of turns to face you, his ripped jeans, sneakers, and the t-shirt that says Baby Chorus on the front.
Is there a bunch of like sound tech in here? Like recording equipment?
Mm-hmm.
Is any of it on?
No.
Okay.
Good question.
Yeah. We're like standing in the middle of a recording booth. My name's Dakota.
Yeah. Oh. He actually kind of, his brow furrows. He doesn't say his brow furrows and he goes, oh, all right. Yeah, I've never seen your face before.
Well, what a grand welcome. Would you like to share with the class why my name brings such distaste to your brow?
No, it's not distaste. Sorry if you thought it was. It's just you were the hound.
Yes, was.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Ava?
Ava Heloise.
The fan. And he smiles.
Yes.
He actually does walk over to the audio equipment, and on top there's a CD in a clear plastic case that just has a like baby chorus written in Sharpie on it. He actually kind of scoops it off, and he's like, in case you actually want to listen sometime. And he actually doesn't hand it directly to Ava. It's more like neutral, like at Dakota or Ava, whoever's willing to take it. It is certainly not, Dakota usually is used to like a special attention that's paid to Ava, but when he turns and hands it over,
it's more of just a nonchalant, I grab it and pass it to Ava.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get a smile.
Thank you. I am gonna be real blunt and honest with you here, friend.
Okay.
There was a was before Hound.
Yeah, you're not the hound anymore, right?
I'm not. I stepped down from my position.
Mm-hmm.
Hodges didn't like me very much.
Yeah, he doesn't like many people very much.
No, he had a particular personal distaste for me.
Yeah. Sorry to hear it. Is that why
is
that why you got fired, or however, whatever happened?
Quit is more like it. Decided why upset the boss, right? Step out of the way. But I was hoping maybe you could, I don't know, maybe tell me a little bit about him. Now that I'm not working for him and all that.
So you just have a random interest in him now?
I guess you could say that.
He goes over and kind of very lazily walks over to his guitar case, and he flips open the two sides of the locks, and he slowly kind of peels it back. And inside there's actually an acoustic guitar. He gently kind of pulls it out and sits down and begins to tune it, strumming. People who ask for the sheriff aren't just curious about him. No one asks about the sheriff. Why? And he looks back up as he asks why.
I guess you could say I'm a weak point for him.
You're not the hound anymore. Why not just leave it alone?
Because he made it personal.
Okay. And he kind of just nonchalantly, he just shrugs again.
That's why he made it personal. And since I don't know very many Bruja, and your name came with quite clout, I thought maybe you might.
I mean, I know things about him, sure. What is it you want to know?
I have a particular interest in the places in which he frequents.
Okay. And what's in it for me?
Well, I don't know you very well. What do you need?
Well, we have, actually, I won't say anything just yet.
No.
Oh,
That's Dakota kind of looks over her shoulder. She knows where Ava's going with this. I gotta give her eyes like, go for it.
We have a lot of new area. I forget which part of Chicago it is already.
It's down by the south side.
South side. A lot of new land we're not really sure what to do with just yet. Maybe you have some suggestions. Some things we can build down there.
Well, I'm not one for that kind of thing, unfortunately. And he begins to pluck a few of the strings, and a few chords start to come out. I'm not one for investments, but appreciate the offer.
You need a stage.
He thinks for a minute, kind of stops, puts his hands on the strings to stop just the vibration of the sound, and looks up to Dakota. You got one?
Yes. to some degree. I kind of look at Ava. I'm like, we got a theater house. Old theater houses were built on, like, the screen was built on a stage. We might be able to.
We have a particular place we're building up, renovating currently a theater. It's got a classic vintage vibe to it, but it also has a stage, and
all right, you have my interest on that.
we're hoping to build something out of it, and having you there would really spruce it up.
He actually does. He kind of nods and then kind of looks back down to his guitar and another chord. He strikes another chord before he stops it short again. Yeah. Been a while since I played on the stage. That could be good.
Maybe we can make a thing of it.
And he kind of looks back to Dakota. So then you're Dakota Rain, which means you run with. You must be, you're the only girl. You must be Ava. Then, like you said, Ava Heloise, which means you run with that Nosferatu. The one who likes to be out a lot.
Oliver Hopkins.
Hopkins. Yeah. You like Hoppy. All right. Doesn't he have like a bar or some shit?
He does.
Yeah. Never been, but here it does all right.
Lights Out Pub, it's called.
Yeah. All right.
It's a pretty chill place.
Could
you and your band would be welcome.
I wasn't thinking about playing the place. What if you played the music there? And he gestures to the CD. I'll play maybe your stage at some point whenever you get it ready, and if you play the music at the bar.
We can do that. And, if you ever want to drink outside your own neighborhood.
He holds his hands up. Appreciate it, but it's not needed.
Well, you don't drink beer?
He just kind of shrugs. Left that behind.
Okay, Dakota likes him more and more because all of this shit that other people care about, she doesn't care about that shit either. She's trying to figure this guy out. Okay, interesting. I guess what I'm saying is it would be, a little bit of a favor, and we've got a venue space not being used. See, it's about 100. We've got a wine bar attached to it, so maybe a little bit of a VIP concert.
Again, as you kind of like list these things off, he kind of nods. Yeah. That sounds pretty good. I like it. Yeah, you've got a deal. I know 2 places you can usually find the sheriff if you really want to find him. I don't know if you've heard of there's one of them sex clubs that he goes to.
The Painted Lady.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. Yeah, that place. So you know of that place then.
Oh, do we?
All right. This other place you don't hear from me. Got it. He's got the prince gave him a private set of offices, used for himself. Doesn't really allow anybody else in. Been there a couple times myself, just on work, out of necessity. It's in Avondale. I can get you the address. It's not off the top of my head. He just kind of shakes, and then he begins.
I put a head up, and I was like, "That's great. You know what? Why don't you bring it with you when you come by to perform?" Fair trade.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
You seem like a exciting guy.
He gives a what one might consider a grin.
Yeah. That's all you want to do. Just play music.
There is a moment of like genuine internal thought before he does nod his head and he begins to pluck at the strings some more. Yeah, it's my passion. That's what I love.
All right, then. Then it looks like you're pretty set and settled.
He nods. You'll let me know when you're ready for a show and whatnot. I'll need some time and to run it by the rest of the band and management. We'll set up a fair compensation for rental of the venue, et cetera, if that works.
The information was quality enough, but we appreciate it for sure.
And I probably should just let you know. I don't want to know whatever it is you're doing with the sheriff. Usually, if you're asking for information, shit's going bad. But I am looking to become Hound. So if that runs across our paths and we have issues, I'll know where it came from.
Really?
Try open spot, and he kind of just looks to you. I hope that doesn't like offend you or anything. I don't mean it like that.
It doesn't.
I didn't know you were looking for the sheriff until tonight, so.
Well, then let's say I was not here.
He actually, there's a moment and he's like, hey, he nods. Yeah, I didn't see you.
And,
keep it to
next
yourself, I'll keep
time.
it to myself.
Yeah.
But if we end up in a similar place every so often, just know that's why.
Dakota kind of nods and she says, well, it's a good thing that I was the Princess Loyal Hound. Maybe I could bend an ear.
Appreciate it. No, I'm not going to ask you to do that, though. I've been doing it fine myself.
I didn't hear an ask, did you, Ava?
Not at all.
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't
well, you've been around long enough to know that when you say shit like that, things are implied.
I stand and I was like, the only thing I want, I made very clear. You know, I got some beef with the sheriff. And if putting you in a position that I was very clearly unsuited for is a better choice, then it helps me get what I want. I don't need anything from you.
That's why I like the gangrel.
I was going to say, you'll be happy to know that that's not how Dakota operates.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I miss having your kind around.
I stand. Yeah, me too, friend. Me too. You know what, though? If you're ever looking for something a little less... I kind of just like... all of it. I hang out in a train yard south of the city. I know it's probably not your vibe. I look them up and down, but...
Yeah.
There are a fair share of... kind there that I bet would appreciate good quality music. Maybe not your usual audience.
Yeah, I'm always down to put on a show, get an ear that may not have heard me before.
Plus, what's a better backdrop than a boxcar, baby?
He looks up to you with a raised eyebrow.
I can see him on the top of a fucking boxcar rocking
me
out.
too.
Like, you know
I
what I
can
mean?
too.
Like, that's him right there.
He, however, does not see himself like that. But he raises his eyebrow and he's like, hey, you never know.
Maybe.
Any press is good press, right? Or whatever it is.
I wouldn't know. Not my scene, but you know what? I like you, Darian. Darian? Get that right.
Damien.
Damien.
Darian is just around the corner.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck yeah. Okay. I like you, Damien. And we appreciate you being radically chill about all of this.
No problem. Yeah. Well, whenever you need.
See, everybody gives the Bruja a bad rap. I don't know. This seems like a budding friendship.
Yeah, we'll be best friends, I'm sure.
Dakota kind of points at him. And she says, if you want to check the venue out. I bet we had snazzy business cards made.
That's up to you. You have the money to have them made.
Did we name the place, Ava?
I can't.
I really love the idea of calling it the Neon Cinema because there's like a neon sign out front.
Oh, I love it.
And then yeah.
I'm trying to remember if we gave it. I don't think we actually.
I don't think we gave it a proper one. But we can call it whatever. But I imagine we have some snazzy card that just has the name of the cinema.
It's like it's a very heavy business card, like one of the heavy
very
ones,
thick material.
like obsidian black, and just like the words in like a light color, like
and like neon,
color. Just the Neon Cinema with the address.
Dakota definitely does not carry business cards, but she knows Ava does.
Ava would.
So she turns to Ava and she goes,
this is where you can find us.
He reaches forward and kind of plucks from your hand, flips it to the back to the front. His eyebrows flicker up and down just briefly, and just minor surprise at how hefty the thing is when he takes it from your hand. And he slips it into his back jeans pocket. Appreciate it, whatever we can do, work with each other, it works for me, man. You guys seem fine so far.
That's good. That's good enough for me.
Well, appreciate your time, but I want to practice a little bit.
Yeah.
Of course.
Right.
He actually just gestures to the door. I'm sure you can find your way out.
I think we can handle it.
And as Dakota says that, he does, and then he begins to pluck away at his guitar properly, and not just chords and tuning, but now into a full-on song. nothing that any of you recognize immediately because it is one of his own songs, and none of you listen to Baby Chorus. So
I was gonna say, leaving the room, Ava would be like, let's just wait for a minute and just listen to one of his songs and just hear how he plays just for a minute.
Yeah, and you listen. It's very it's a little bit rockish. It's more of a kind of a grunge rock scene feel.
Very 90s older. Grunge rock.
Yep, very 90s grunge rock. A little bit. I mean, maybe there's more modernness to it when they're with other people and they have their they're using technology. I don't think the electro feel or electronic feel to it nowadays. But right out of a guitar, this is straight out of the 90s.
Love it.
So you sit around, hang out.
Yeah, Ava will just listen
to
it
maybe
for
we
a
just
while.
we're both on the side of the door, just we'll close it, but we're both
Ava's nodding in approval,
I put my finger to the door and I'm like, now he's a catch. No emotions, super chill, no drama.
Ava just does not reply to that.
As you begin to walk away.
I'm like, did you hear what he said? He likes the gangrel. Nobody likes the gangrel. By the time we get outside, I'm hollering, no doubt.
He seems like a cool guy, actually. I don't know why Brett was so afraid of him. I don't understand.
No, Brett was afraid. No, you misunderstood. Brett is afraid of the sheriff. He's like, I don't know why you want to go talk to him, but you can. I wouldn't, because getting information on the sheriff is dangerous, but if you want any, he's who you want to talk to.
Gotcha.
Mathis, didn't I see... Okay, now remind me. Early on at the top of this season...
Oh, God.
The sheriff took Dakota out on his bike to a home with a bunch of other bikes down from the home where they were keeping Rowan.
Oh, yep, correct.
Is that also a location I know belongs to him?
No. You don't know if he owns that place. You have no idea if he owns that place or... Oh, I imagine over time, Dakota would have returned to that place and staked it out and watched. You learn now. I'm happy to just give you this piece of information. He does not stay there. However, he does store his rides there. There does seem to be a mortal person that either lives or owns the actual house, but he does store a few of his rides in that garage.
You should not have given me that fodder, Mathis.
It's just the truth. It's not fodder. It's information you would have come across. It's just what he does with his bikes. But after you're outside and gushing about Damien is where we kind of left off.
Yes.
And as you're walking to the car, I imagine it's Dakota the whole time is that's where's he been?
Yeah, right? Why the fuck do I always have to deal with all these weird ass toreadors? A Bruja? But he was oh, beware the Bruja. I'm sure I just chill. Fucking chill. Can't we just be chill? He misses the gangrel. Not even the gangrel missed the gangrel.
I get it, Dakota. You like him. We know where he lives now. You can go see him again. I mean, look.
No. Next time he's coming to us.
That's true. Well, I think we made a good first impression. So.
I do. And you know what, Abe? I had not considered renting the theater out, but that is a lucrative fucking business. And you want to talk about some mortals coming through the door? Man, we'd have eats all the time.
Yeah, I actually think that is a good idea. If we make it a private event space. Not a bad business.
I like the way it's going so far. As you're kind of brainstorming in the car ride back, and eventually as that conversation wraps up, you will kind of roll up to the front of the movie theater, all of its kind of vintage glory, and make your way on the inside. Now, was there any more discussion on other parts of that meetup that the two of you wanted to have? You guys are gonna need to talk about what you want to do next either way, but
yeah.
Ava,
just so you know, in my head, as you're walking out of the car and making your way to the movie theater, it begins to lightly rain.
Ava would.
Ava. Oh,
yes. I was gonna say. No, actually, you go ahead.
Hey, Ava. So I was thinking. Been compiling this list of shit on Hodges, and I could do like he does and just go dead ahead, fucking punch him right in the gullet. You know what I mean? Or I can take a man who cares about nothing and find what he cares about. I know 3 locations that are somehow Hodges. He gets his tats with the painted lady. Whatever this weird office building is, though, I need to learn more coming on that. And 3, remember after the first Rowan sighting, I went and told the prince, and then everybody made it their dying effort to try to prove me wrong, even though I was being completely honest with them. Remember that?
I do.
And the sheriff picked me up on his bike, and he took me outside the city to go see Ollie's son.
Yes.
Okay. So, little known fact, Hodges has a house. A place to store his bikes.
He's a bike guy.
Oh, he's got a few of them in there. And somebody probably to tend that house, no doubt. Maybe a ghoul. Something he cares desperately for.
Yes.
Can we go back into town, Ava? I need to make a drop by the police department.
The
Actually,
night is way
Real-
too...
is it
You've
too-
done a
okay.
lot on this particular night. It would require the
Okay.
next evening.
The next time.
great. Ava, you know what? We'll call it. I'm going to call it for the night. I'm going to go back to the boat.
Rest on it for the night, and tomorrow, if you want to look more into that, I'm happy to help.
Yeah, in fact, yes. Because we haven't heard. Okay, so we haven't heard back from what's her face about McLovin. No, what's his name?
McTavish.
McTavish.
McLovin's a different person entirely.
McTavish. McTavish.
Yeah, not yet. It's not been that long. It's been literally like a night and a half, 2 nights.
Like 24
maybe.
hours. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's the beauty of these kind of in between episodes.
Yeah. I'm thinking about how I may have to wait until he makes contact because I have a fun idea, but we might be able to do it with my police contact. We'll see. Okay. All right.
So you gonna go back to the boat?
Yep.
Ava, are you going back to your ivory tower? Is that where you want to stay?
Yes. Let's go back to the tower.
The camera will follow Dakota home, actually, for this before we end the night. As you approach the boat, one of the dogs is actually standing on the dock. Not on the dock, on the front of the actual yacht, at the up the top, ears up. Usually they're underneath. The dog actually looks over to you as you approach and stands to attention. And then it jumps down, not off the boat, but back down into the hole, and you lose sight of it as the dog goes inside. Can I get a wits awareness as you get closer?
We can sure try. Two.
You do hear movement in your boat. You're not entirely sure if it's the dogs or not, though, because it seems a little chaotic and it's hard to tell.
Yeah, if it's the dogs moving around, I'll approach rather kind of slowly, and as I get closer, can I peer over and see, like, is the hatch open?
Yep. So as you kind of creep up, gonna get a dex stealth check.
Yep. That'll be better, hopefully. Maybe.
Maybe if it rolls.
I sent it. I think I sent it.
I believe you did. It's nothing happened.
Let me try again. Let me do it again. Oh, there it goes. That was real delayed. That
Was
would
that
be
a
a
crit?
4.
Only 110. But 4. Yeah. So you quietly make your way up the side of the boat. You make no noise, gently placing your fingertips in certain edges as not to cause a creak or put too much weight. Knowing the intricacies of the outside of this boat, you've climbed it so many times. You know where you can grab, and there's not going to happen and be any creaking and whatnot. And as you climb up and look over, yes, the hatch actually does look open.
And the dogs are in the hatch, I'm guessing, because they're not on the deck.
Oh yeah, they're. You can see as you're looking down, you actually see one of their butts just sticking out, and you see a tail. Wag 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 wag, but it's facing away from you.
From me. Okay. I guess. Okay. I'm gonna. I mean, might as well try to scare it off if it's not something I don't want here. So Dakota will like sling her body over and like slam her boots down on the deck to like make a big noise. You know what I mean?
So you just wham wham, and the boat actually rocks just a little bit. Wits awareness again.
Oh no. Did it? Oh.
There we go. I heard the womp.
There it goes. 2.
You actually hear a little.
Okay. That helped a lot. I like shoot my head over the side and kind of, looking upside down.
And the dog that was Tail, now you see his head looking up at you. His tongue is kind of hanging out.
You just let anybody on the boat? I look around.
As you peer down even further.
Yeah.
To like see past the lip.
Yeah.
And as you look down into the room, over in the corner, surrounded by some books and pillows, there's a familiar young child's face.
Oh Lord. Okay. No, I don't feel so bad. Okay.
As she sees you, the fear melts away, and she stands up. She's like, "Oh, it's you!" And she just kind of runs over. I thought I was gonna. And she just got like nervous and is like reaching up for you to like come down.
Okay. I'll walk down at that point.
She like latches onto your leg for a hug.
I awkwardly.
Yep.
Touch. Cause that's Dakota. What are you doing here?
You said this place was safe, right?
It is safe. It is.
Yeah.
Are you not safe?
The person you gave me to, I don't know what happened. A man came and they got into a fight and they were yelling at each other. And then the man that you gave me to, he like, I don't know what happened. Like he got big, and then he turned into
he changed.
And then I just ran away. And I only knew one place I could go. And I came here as soon as I could, and the dogs didn't bark at me or nothing. And I hid here. I don't know what happened. I knew this place was safe. And she just like begins to well up, and she just like kind of clings to you again.
Dakota pries her off her leg and picks her up.
Yeah, she pick her up and
and I'm like, I put her on my back.
Yep.
Like on my back, and
her arms go around your neck very cleanly, and she buries her face in your dreads, and you can actually kind of feel her gently crying.
Were you followed?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so.
We're gonna figure it out. Do you want to know why this boat is the safest thing?
Why?
Because it doesn't have to stay here.
Okay. And
I go up top. I turn the boat on.
Yep.
I'm gonna putter it out.
Peter it out to the middle of the lake.
We're gonna spend the day on the lake. She can stay on the lake. I'll be underneath, but I'm gonna give her some space. So basically, we'll go out there, and I when we get parked and everything, I'm like, do you feel better?
She's as you kind of like she finally loosens up
like
a little bit.
Blown.
Yeah, absolutely. And she pulls out from your dreads and stuff, and she looks out and realizing she's in the middle of the lake now. She nods very slowly and like pushes herself to be put down.
Okay, I'll kind of pry her off, and I'm like, now, deep breath. Nobody can get you out here.
Okay.
All right. Start from the top. The man that I gave you to, has he been kind to you?
Yeah. He kept telling me how special I was and how important I was, and.
Do you know he didn't tell you any more than that?
No, he told me when I got older. When I got older, I would know. But then I don't know what happened. I don't know.
Okay.
Some man knocked on his door, and I couldn't hear it. And by the time I came out of my room to listen, they were yelling at each other. And
let's start with the other man, the one that knocked at the door. Did you see him?
I mean, yeah, but I don't know who he was.
It's okay. Can you describe him?
Yeah. Short hair. He wore like a black like jacket thing. Oh, I don't know.
Suit?
Yeah, like a suit thing. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
He was kind of fancy.
Yeah, it was fancy. Yeah,
okay.
It was fancy.
Was he wearing a tie? Was he an office man?
He thought. She thinks for a minute. I don't know. Because as soon as he started yelling, he started to get big, and
we're gonna talk.
And he
about
starts
that.
to like freak out.
Okay, we're gonna talk about that. Did the other man change?
She shakes her head and.
Okay. Do you remember in the park when we were sitting on the bench and I was trying to tell you something?
Yeah. You were telling me that things like them existed, and I told you I didn't believe you, and I'm so sorry.
Hey, it's okay. You don't have to apologize to me. You don't owe me anything.
And she quietly like tries to like stop herself from crying.
So, remember when I told you that I was also kind of that we were different?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I imagine you went to school for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you remember when you played teams? When you played sports ball?
Dodgeball. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah,
when you played dodgeball, there were two teams, right?
Mm-hmm.
Team A and Team B. No, that's not a good metaphor. Blue team and red team. Let's say I am on the red team. He is on the blue team. You also are kind of on the blue team.
So you guys you hate each other or something? Is that what?
I don't hate them. I want you to hear me when I say that. I mean it. I've never lied to you. I don't hate them.
Why am I on the other team? I don't want to be on the other team. I can be on the red team. What does it matter? I choose red. I want to be on the red team.
Right now you can't.
Why?
Because you're not technically on the red or blue team yet. And
I'm picking now.
The man who put you in that cell with, oh God, what was the woman's name? Heather? No.
You might not remember, and that's okay.
I don't remember. And the lady that was there with you, it was so nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She was also on the blue team. That's why they killed her. There are things going on that are outside and so much bigger than us. They are fighting in a battle that's not really ours, mine nor yours.
I don't get it. I know.
get it.
And,
I know.
And like it's clear as you're losing her, the more you try to like.
I want you to know that that monster that you saw is one of many kind of monsters.
Hello.
Hey,
Internet problems. It happens.
We're back.
We're back. No worries. Hello, everybody. We'll pick up kind of right where we left off. You were speaking to the kid. She doesn't want to see you become a monster.
Right. I just want to be honest with you about the fact that no matter what you want, you're gonna become Team Blue.
That's stupid. I don't want to be Team Blue. That's dumb.
It is stupid. It is stupid.
What? No,
Can I
don't
share
want
something with you? I don't believe it has to be that way. What if the blue team and the red team work together?
Sure, yeah. That sounds like a team up.
Doesn't that sound like a great idea?
Yeah, I want to do that. Let's team up. We're teaming up.
I think that would be a great idea.
Me too.
That means a couple things. You may have to go back. Not tonight. But they're gonna come looking for you. And I don't want to upset you, but they may hurt me. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll make... Can you get out often? Does he let you out?
Sometimes, not by myself.
Not by yourself? Okay.
It says I'm too little and somebody might take me.
That's because he underestimates you.
Yeah. Doesn't know that I'm teaming up with the red team. And she gives a little grin through the tears as she wipes some snot from her nose.
Yeah, and I like help her. I'm like, but don't tell him that. Okay?
Secret team up.
Secret team up. And that means that from now till forever, when you get older and you become Team Blue, just remember that I don't hate you.
I don't hate you either.
For now.
Forever.
Now.
And she's like, she looks at you, she's like, I want to make up a secret handshake.
Okay.
I'll bet tomorrow. I got to think about it. When you sleep, I'll think about it.
Okay, right. Yes, I have to sleep. Part of being Team Red is that we don't get to come out during the day.
That's a dumb rule.
It is a dumb rule, but I will literally turn to dust.
That's... What?
Poof.
Really? That's even dumber.
It is, but it's the only way So I get to come out at night.
Okay.
So maybe let's plan that when we meet, it'll be at night. And
yeah, we'll meet
you
at
and
night.
the
That
pooches can spend the day on the lake right here. Nobody can get you.
Yeah,
And when the sun goes down, I'll wake up and we'll drag you back to shore. And then you're
Okay.
going to go back.
Yeah, I'm going to go back.
Okay.
I can be brave. I can do it.
Yeah, I know you can. I've no doubt. And while I'm sleeping, you work on that handshake. Yeah?
I'm going to think of one. It's going to be super cool. It's going to be just you and me.
I look forward to it.
And she smiles.
And I look at the two dogs and I was like, take care of her.
They get the reactions you always get out of both of
Great.
them.
And I was like, I'm going to close this so no sunlight gets in. You have to protect me now.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay.
Okay.
I take the keys so she can't drive the boat.
Yeah.
And I go down and like lock and close the hatch and leave her and the dogs upstairs.
Okay, sounds good. And the night will turn to day, and the following morning will cease until eventually becomes evening, and then you all roll for your rouse check.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's
Double clicked. Hunger up.
Okay, good. Good, because I've got a child on my boat.
No, your hunger did not go up.
Oh, right.
Yeah, one success.
Roll the success.
One
so you
success,
should be
yeah.
good. Yeah.
You're good.
As you wake up for the evening, Dakota, she's kind of sitting there eagerly awaiting for you to wake up. And as you kind of wake up, she's like, I kept trying to wake you up and you wouldn't wake up. I put blankets on you because you felt really cold. Then you kind of wake up, you realize there's blankets on you.
It's like I'm like all wrapped up and I'm like,
Yep.
thank you for taking care of me. I kind of cold-blooded, like a lizard.
Ew, gross. All right, I'm ready.
Are
You
you
ready to learn?
judging me?
she giggles at you when you say that. No, I'm ready. I thought of the handshake, by the way.
Okay.
Are you ready? Stick your hand out. And then she grabs your hand. She goes up, down. Then she does front slap, back slap. Then she
Okay.
makes a fist and does top fist, bottom fist, fist bump. Grabs your elbow, shakes it, and then taps your elbow after it.
Okay, great.
You got
Good
it?
social distancing, Mathis. Yeah, and I go, yeah.
Metagame, this is my secret handshake with my uncle when I was a kid.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah.
So it does come
up,
from a
down,
place of a child. Yeah,
right,
elbow, bank.
And I go, I got it.
You got it? Okay, again.
It's
all right,
perfect.
give me, and
Yep.
then now, and she will do it until you absolutely.
Yeah, I would
Like-
definitely like to make sure that I know it because it's important to her.
Yep, exactly. And you spend maybe a couple minutes. It doesn't take long. It's not complicated at all. And before long, she's like super giddy that you have it.
Okay, are you ready to go back?
She takes a minute and a really deep breath. Yeah, I'm gonna go back.
You're gonna go back. Does he stay with anybody? And I kind of like we'll ride back, but I do want to ask her. Does he stay with anyone? The man.
No, people come visit sometimes, but no.
Yeah. Okay.
He's
Do you know
not-
his address?
No, I'll get it. I'll remember it. I'll remember it for you.
Yep. Maybe just next time. We
Yeah.
got all the time in the world. Maybe next time. And yeah.
Okay. And she looks up to you and with a clear little glassiness in her eye, she reaches to look up to you with like kind of a stoic look, and then for a minute she breaks down and she gives you a really tight hug on your leg, and she pushes herself back and she wipes her tears into snot again. Brave. I'll be back.
Yep. And she kind of, but before she goes up, I put a hand on her shoulder and I was like, "You are special." He's right, but not because you're team red, team blue.
Because we're teaming up.
Yeah, team purple.
And she giggles a little bit. I like it. I like purple. Team purple. And she pushes her fist in the air, and she then takes a couple skips before it breaks off into a little kid run as she moves out into the street.
Oh, I look at the two dogs like, yeah.
Yeah, you kind of pat one and then go back into the boat and
Yep. It's
make your way
probably
to the movie theater to meet up with Ava for the evening.
Yeah.
Not long before you do, and you find yourselves in the movie theater here together.
Hey,
Good evening.
I was thinking,
Yes.
Have you met the local pawn shop owner?
No. Do I look like I ever need to go to a pawn shop?
Well, come with me.
Why?
Well, because I need a few supplies.
Okay. I guess it's good to meet our neighbors or something. Sure.
You got cash?
Of course, yeah. I have a few, several hundred if you need.
Perfect. Perfect. Great.
I got them resources.
I gotta go meet with an old cop. If he's sober enough to have a conversation with me, but
It's early in the night.
he's not too drunk yet.
Catch him before,
before he gets too wasted. But so I was thinking maybe you wanna join me for that little endeavor. He likes you.
Oh right, the last time I met him, he was very friendly.
Frank.
So friendly. What was Frank? What's his last name? It's so good.
Begins with a D, doesn't it? Hang on. I'll look.
Detective Frank Haynes.
Haynes, that's right.
Haynes, like the underwear.
Yeah,
Perfect.
that's correct.
But before that, I was hoping maybe you could give me a ride.
Of course.
Out to the burbs.
The Royal Hunting Grounds.
Oh.
Also, keep that in mind. I feel like you should keep that in mind.
I should definitely keep that in mind.
Royal
Dakota don't
Hunting
give a
Grounds.
fuck. She
Ava will mention that.
has always made sure to feed where she's supposed to do her thing. And you know what that got her? With a sheriff in her face. So, you know what? She'll give a fuck about no Royal Hunting Grounds. Bella had her chance for me to be a good pup.
Oh, I'm just saying Ava knows that as well. The burbs are the Royal Hunting Grounds.
The Royal Hunting Grounds.
Sure. So we have a few errands to run, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, you want to be my errand buddy?
Of course. I love errands.
Cool.
Is Dakota incredibly obviously suspicious?
Yes. She's definitely got something up her sleeve, and it's sneaky as fuck. And she's excited about it.
On the drive, Ava will inquire.
So we leave the movie theater and
we gotta go to the pawn shop first.
Okay, we can
go to the pawn
bits.
shop. You gotta play a few places to go. You don't even drive to the pawn shop. You go for a walk down to the pawn shop, enjoying early night kind of foot traffic and the like, and the conversations that you pick up on before. There it is. Gary's pawn.
What
No.
Is this where you...
No. Garnett's pawn.
Garnett. Okay, I love it.
Is this where you got those gaudy
Yes.
brass knuckles or whatever?
I'm sorry. You mean my amazing brass knuckles? And I pull back. You can see she wears them hanging around her neck. It's very obvious.
The ones with the misprint.
Yeah, it's misprinted. I remember I misprinted it, but I'm trying to remember what the exact thing was.
Oh, I can't remember.
I'll have
And
to
then
go back.
Maggie had that awesome meaning for what it actually meant. I can't remember.
Chad will remember. This
Bamf.
is
That's right.
Bamf.
Bamf. That's because it was Bamf, but it was so wrong. It was Bamf.
So I'm like, yes, we're looking for some light explosive, Ava. And I push the door open and ting ting a little bell.
Behind the counter, a woman in her mid-60s with kind of frazzled, chin-length red hair and a look of I've been smoking since I'm 13. Just kind of peers over the edge as she's got a cigarette dangling between her lips. And as you kind of walk in, she's actually taking apart a pistol just behind the counter. She's ejecting a mag, and she's like, "Hey, what can I do for you?" "Oh, hey, kid," and she just waves at Dakota.
I have a little bit of a couple Benjamin Franklins to toss your way if you got something for me.
Hang on, gotta put something in my mouth. There you go.
Yeah.
Little something.
Yeah.
What the fuck you got?
Well, we got this little, ask, don't tell kind of policy, and I'm looking for some light explosives.
Bitch, you gotta out.
Told you I'd get to my point. Let me.
As she kind of takes the cigarette in and out, it falls to the table, and she's like, and you see her kind of finish putting the pistol back together. She slides it kind of gruffly across the workshop table she has behind the desk as she walks over to the glass counter. She's like, "Well, we got some fireworks."
Okay, think bigger. That's a little too light. You got any C4?
What makes you think I deal in that kind of shit?
I look at her. I put my hand out to Ava.
Ava pulls out her like Louis Vuitton wallet and pulls out like multiple Benjamins.
Yeah, so you pay out wads of 100s, and her eyes go from Dakota to Ava and down to the money, and they just get wider and wider.
Yeah, I just let her keep counting and then I slap it down and slide it through what I imagine is like
money is money attained from selling gold, correct?
Correct, Amundo. I
Are
imagine.
You looking to spend one of your limited resource dots here?
Limited resource dots.
It's 4 resource dots that you have that you can just spend.
I turn around and
There's
look at
no
Ava,
renewal.
and I was like, what would you give to assure Hodges doesn't get to ride his little bikes anymore?
There's just a shit-eating grin plastered across her face as she listens to the conversation.
You're asking me this?
Mm-hmm.
I am. I turn around.
All right. Yeah, Ava will pull out more. I will use
a resource dot.
A resource dot.
Bring it down to 3. Bring it down to 3 as you bring out
Ava's
about
my
a grand.
girlfriend.
As like about a grand. Now this allows you, instead of spending the resource dot, allows you access to her contraband purchases. It does not buy them for you. This is simply buying her secrecy and showing that you are being quiet.
All right.
Knowing this woman, she looks rough around the edges, doesn't she?
Oh God, yeah. She's wearing she's wearing like just like ripped jeans that have definitely seen better days, that she has been wearing forever, and that she's wearing just like might have been at some point a pink tank top that is so faded that it's white. It looks white. And she's just kind of leaning over, like she's got those like loose skin flaps that are along her arms that just like dangle as she pushes forward, and she's got the chin like thing going as she leans in, and she just takes a huge drag as you keep pulling hundreds out until eventually when you pull out a dot's worth of resources, she pulls a cigarette out and she's like, all right, we can talk, and she reaches over just to take it from you.
Yeah, great.
And
and Dakota simply says, it's a bad boyfriend problem. We're just, you know.
Yeah, we all been there, sweetheart. I understand. And sending a message, as long as you're sending a message. You're not killing nobody. You just causing a little public property. It's Chicago. Shit happens all the time. Am I right? And she smiles. And as she reaches over and slides the money into a brown zip bag where other cash you can see gets in there, and she pushes it in before zipping it back up and throwing it into a quick little safe over in back corner that she has to open up and lock. And she stands up and walks over to the edge of the desk where there's a little wooden flap near the glass counter that she lifts up and ushers you into the back. As you walk past and she shuts it, she goes to a steel door that leads to a back room that she pulls a key out of a bunch of keys that she has hanging by her hip, almost like a school janitor style. You're not entirely sure what those keys belong to because there's the front door, the back door, and the safe as far as you've seen. And she kind of goes through before she pulls the key, unlocks it, and it swings open. As she lets you walk in, the lights are all completely off. She follows suit, but the door shuts behind her, giving that typical pitch black before you hear her fumbling around. And she just reaches up and you hear the string get pulled of a light bulb, and she goes and pulls a couple more, and you actually see gun safes lining the walls. A couple of areas in the back corner that are also smaller safes that are just in the corner. You can't actually see any of the weapons. It's not on display. It's not
behind.
You're not looking walking into the Second Inquisition's armory in the back. You're walking into somebody's personal. You're walking into somebody's personal collection, all stored in safes. So that's why the light bulbs are dangling by a string. So as the lights turn on, she slams, she brings the deadbolt shut, and she locks a couple of more things in before she pulls another cigarette out of her pocket, and she just bangs it. And she's like, anybody need a smoke?
Sure.
She hands over, she hands you one.
Yeah.
She looks to Ava, offers one to Ava.
I don't smoke, thanks. Gotta keep mine.
And she kind of puts it back in, and she reaches and pats herself down, and before she realizes she doesn't actually have a lighter on her, and she reaches at the top of one of the gun safes before she pulls one of those bigger ones out, the long ones that you use to light candles.
Dakota turns around.
Yeah. Does Ava turn around as well?
Yes.
Dakota's just gonna look away while she lights the flame,
it up. And she's lights it for herself, at her cigarette in between her lips. And then she turns to Dakota. She's like, I I need you to turn around if you want me to light the damn thing.
Right. Do you mind if I just and I kind of like reach for her cigarette and I put her cigarette into my cigarette in, so I don't have to see a flame.
Okay, so you like wait for her to put the flame away, and you're like, and just do it. And she looks at you kind of weird, and she's like, all right, whatever, suit yourself. You handed me some money, I ain't gonna ask fucking questions. You said you want something that brings some explosives, and she walks over to one of the safes in the back corner. She crouches down. Actually pulls one of the keys out, as well as plugging an electric combination. 2 different locks go open, and she swings it out. She reaches in and pulls out 1 block of what looks like plastic, like a C4 kind of thing.
C4 plastic, yeah.
Yeah, and she just slams it shut. She's like, I only got one of these things. I don't know.
For that?
No, she shakes hands. She chuckles. No. She actually puts it nearby, and she goes over to another locker entirely, smaller, over by one of the corners. Punches in a code and pulls out a Nokia that has some wires running out the sides of it. And she's like, whenever you're ready for it, you just kind of press this button. You dial this, you dial a number, and then you press a button, and then goes the dynamite, baby.
That's fucking great. I take both of them.
That's gonna cost.
Is what we offered not enough for?
What you offered, and she gestures, allows you to see the merch. That doesn't buy access to the merch itself.
Okay, Dakota looks at Ava. She's gonna have to give up the fact that she has 1 dot in resources. Dakota does have a dot in resources, but she's been totally
that gets you
Ava.
give that up, but that just means it's gone for the month and it renews next month.
And it renews, right?
Yep.
So Dakota's not really used it or cashed in on it. And she looks at Dakota looks at Ava, knowing that she's been taking Ava's money for a while. Dakota kind of reaches deep in the crop top that she wears and she pulls out like a wad of cash.
Yeah, and it's a lot of, it's Benjamins and 50s and 20s all mixed up, and it's all crumpled and some are ripped and whatnot. And as you're reaching in for money, she's like, now if you're looking for something a little less powerful, I got the classic dynamite. I don't know if that's what you're looking for, but this, she kind of gestures at this and kind of tinks it with her cigarette, which might make a couple of you freak out for a minute as she reaches over and she's like, this thing will
definitely Ava.
Make sure nothing left standing.
Okay.
If you don't want collateral.
And I show her the like wad of bills. I'm like, I can't possibly get the dynamite too.
She reaches over and starts counting the money.
Yeah.
Takes her a little while. There's maybe 20 minutes pass as she counts it, recounts it, and then counts it a 3rd time.
Oh God, this woman.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be selling myself short, to be honest with you.
Well, it's a good thing that we're around and
regular customers.
Better yet, I imagine a woman of your eclectic taste is not often in need of protection, but occasionally shit gets bad, right?
Yeah, I've seen my fair share of shit in my day, yeah.
What if you sent me to deal with your shit instead?
She taking a drag. The smoke immediately exhales. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna send a young little girl to take care of my
I
issues.
step up and I'm like, I'm not fucking with you.
Oh, I don't, sweet girl. I'm sorry. I don't think you're fucking with me. I think you actually believe you can do something like that. I wouldn't dare put someone you come back in 5 years. Live a little life before you get that deep.
I look at Ava and I'm like, Ava, would you like to maybe help her understand?
She gives you like a raised eyebrow. I don't know if you're trying to threaten me or...
I don't want to threaten you. I don't threaten women. Let's just say I have a particular set of skills. And though my young body may be a surprise to the genuine populace, I, in fact, am really good at what I do.
And what is it that you do, sweetheart?
Take care of problems.
I appreciate the offer. She flicks it. I do. But, I'm not one to risk sending a kid to do it just to prove that you can. I'm not saying that you don't. I really am not. But that's a gamble that I'd have to take.
How about this? You sit on that dynamite, and when you need my help, you send me as a test. And if I don't come through, we don't ever do business together.
I don't know if I can have your blood on my hands, girl.
Trust me, you won't.
Give me a manipulation persuasion roll.
Ooh. Actually, if I intimidate her, I could get a better roll.
Well, then you have to shift to threatening.
Then I got to shift to threatening her, yeah.
And that changes the nature and the context of the relationship moving forward.
I mean, I can roll it, but it won't be very good.
That's fine.
How about this? I go, I'll put this out there and then I'll roll it. Like I said, we're here to deal with a bad boyfriend problem. I deal with people's problems, right, Ava?
She certainly is helping deal with my problem. We're here.
You can actually roll, you can add a 1d10 to that if you rouse the blood first.
Oh, okay, yeah, let me do that.
Us two girls. I wouldn't go to anybody but her.
Damn it.
Well, you just get a little hungrier, but you still get your 1d10.
Oh, okay, 1 success.
You rolled a success. I will give it to you under the condition of a dirty success.
Okay. Dirty sounds fine. Like I said, I'm leaving it up to her.
No, I know.
I'll prove it to you if that's what you need.
The dirty is going to come up in the job that she gives you in the future.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So it's going to be a future kind of dirty success.
I guess what I'm saying is, I like the neighborhood. We're here to stay. You're clearly here to stay. The least we can do is have each other's fucking backs, right? Being a businesswoman ain't easy.
You did walk in with a grand plus ready to spend, so obviously you got your hands into some shit. If I come up with something that I don't need somebody a bit more professional for, considering the circumstances, I'll reach out for you. But for now, business is business. You're gonna leave the dynamite and pay me for just a C4.
Fine. But when I prove you wrong about that job, the dynamite's mine.
She smiles. You got it.
Me too.
You got it.
And I snatch up the C4 and the Nokia.
Yeah. And she counting the money a fourth and final time, confirming that she has enough that she'd want. She nods and leads you out of the room.
Dakota, Ava, you've got a handbag, right?
I do, yes.
Like a not like a tiny handbag, like a
yes,
like probably like a Coach bag or something. Okay, Dakota's
yeah.
She tucks that C4 and that Nokia phone into your really nice designer bag to hide it.
Ava is not pleased with this, but she'll reluctantly let you do so.
And before you go, the code 420 pound.
420. Nice. I think I can remember that.
She giggles.
I appreciate your candor and your business and your attitude. We'll see you next time.
She just gives you kind of a half-assed wave with the cigarette dangling between her middle and index finger. And you make your way out. The door shuts behind you with the bell jangling.
Oh, Ava, doesn't need to, but lets out a sigh of relief. She's an interesting one.
She's amazing. Again, all these... I've been hanging out with the wrong fucking people. Dakota takes a deep breath and is like, you want to go blow up the sheriff's house?
Oh, boy.
Officer first?
Yes, we got to go to the police officer first. That will be the first stop, but yes.
Yeah.
I imagine you sent him a message on your way to get it. It's be like, hey, I want to meet you here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Plus, I probably have his month, or every 2 weeks, right? Like he needs his comeuppance. So
30 days.
Look, if you don't want it, that's fine. I'll get a different ride out there.
No. I'm happy to help out. Just kind of processing everything right now. This is a new thing that we're doing. Exploding
for
things.
You? Maybe.
Yeah.
Look, here's all I need. We're gonna park a few blocks out. I'll walk up to the house. I'll plant the C4. I get back in your car. Get the fuck out of there. The biggest thing is there may be cameras, so I'm still working on that. But don't worry.
Okay. I think it'll be fine as long as we could make sure nobody sees us and that you're. Yes.
No.
Well, now I'm curious.
You have a Chad, right? You got a new one, the pumpkin?
Dave, yes. Oh, please don't put poor Dave up to this.
Dakota will, because she has zero cares about Dave.
Ava does either. She has zero cares. But do you want him to plant the C4?
No, I'm afraid he'd trip and fall.
That's what
That's why Dakota hesitated. She thought about it and was like, this is how he blows himself up.
Unless I really, put him in a trance and make sure that he's, I don't know, he knows exactly what to do. It's a possibility.
He'll be back at the club tomorrow night. Looking for, it's 4 nights. You only get 4 nights before you need to go back. He's gonna be there again.
I will be seeing him again tomorrow night to do our regular
routine. What if we simply give the man a package to deliver? After you meet him tomorrow night, we hand him a package. He assures it gets delivered. When it's delivered, he gives you a call, and then I press a button.
All right.
Maybe a thought. Now, don't get me wrong. There is something really satisfying about putting it there myself.
It does run a risk of getting caught.
A much bigger risk.
I think if we want to do it, we should do it right and make sure there are no risks.
Then we have to assure that he puts it at the right house and is not seen. Maybe during the day.
During the day, we'll raise even less suspicions.
I'm trying to think of, where could he put it? Because there was a garage.
Mm-hmm. The garage attached to a single-story family house.
Single-story house, but it'll be closed. The garage will be closed during the day,
imagine
no doubt.
So, yeah, during the day. I imagine that's true.
But she said this C4 would, take this whole house up no matter where we put it.
Fucking do some damage.
Okay, great. Then we need to make sure he leaves it in front of the garage. Because I want all his bikes gone. That's what I want. I want all of his bikes gone. I don't care about the human yet. That's also new information. I can deal with that later. That's another string I can tug at. But yeah. I want the bikes gone. So tell him to leave the package in front of the garage door. Middle of the day.
Okay.
Not suspicious. And then I'll just hit a button.
Okay.
When you wake up.
When I wake up. Yeah.
Maybe
you know what? I can't. I'm sorry, Ava. I can't trust your pumpkin to do this.
That's fair.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. If we can have you do it.
Do this myself. Plus, I fucking want to.
All right. Well, I'll be there for the getaway, and you just gotta get in there and do it. Who would be great for
Let's
this?
hit the cops first.
Yep, you're gonna go meet up with Frank.
Yeah, I'm gonna just meet with Frank.
Where did you want to meet him? At a hole-in-the-wall bar that you typically go to that you meet him? Or...
Yeah, I don't want him back. I don't want to meet him at Ollie's again just because I'm trying to steer clear of Ollie's right now because, I'm starting a gang war with the sheriff.
You're starting some shit. So you meet Frank.
He started some shit. He started some shit. I'm finishing
not saying he didn't.
I'm finishing some shit.
Either way, you eventually head on out. A little further out from where your current situation is to a hole-in-the-wall place that was once Anarch territory. As you kind of stumble your way in, there's a couple people playing billiards in the corner, a dimly lit area with a fluorescent light, not a fluorescent light, light and covered by a green lampshade out in the corner, and your typical bar scenario with 3 people sitting with a little space between them, one of them smoking, and they're all drinking. But in the corner, sitting at a table this time actually, is Frank by himself. He's got a beer in front of him. And looks like he's reading a newspaper.
No. I'm like, come on, Ava.
Ava, let me say hi to him first this time.
Yeah, exactly.
Ava will casually walk up, get the seat up next to him, and
as the seat gets pulled out, he looks up, and as soon as he sees you, obviously his eyes go wide. He's like, oh, I didn't know we were gonna have company. Hey, beautiful. Been a while.
Long time no see.
Long time no see. And then he looks over to Dakota. Hey, partner. And he gestures to a seat. Why don't you go ahead and take a seat?
I immediately make the exchange because, business dealing. So I make sure that he knows what I'm here for. I pass it off, and me and the pretty lady are here on a little business.
Yeah, I figured you called me because you need some shit done or something. So what can I do for you? He has his eyes and his attention is all on Ava.
The two of us need to stay out of a little bit of trouble. That hasn't happened yet. Hasn't happened yet. It's going to. You'll know about it. It'll leave a lasting impression.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I know. You don't fucking like anything except her.
You're gonna just create a mountain of fucking work for me?
Listen. You know, and I know, that this doesn't work if we're both in trouble.
I mean, yeah, no shit.
There's going to be a rather large explosion in the burbs. A house. It's most definitely not going to be a plastique.
Oh, fuck. Really?
Do I
What, is it going to be a fucking every 10-year thing with you?
At this rate, you ain't gonna make it 10 more years.
Oh, fuck, Dakota.
If you want to,
fuck,
all I need is for the file to say.
Yeah, I know what you need.
Well, then what do you need, other than clearly a new
Less fucking work, for one. This is gonna be something that's gonna take me months, you understand? Like, this is not a 2-week thing. You're gonna blow something the fuck up again.
No, the last time was also needed, but that was to cover my tracks. This time is personal, and I gotta fucking deal with this, you know what I'm saying? Because...
Stop talking. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Well, you have to fucking know.
Fuck.
Because guess what? We made a deal with each other.
Fine.
You wanted to do business with me exclusively. And I chose your drunk, fat, lazy ass.
Oh, fuck off, miss. I'm always going to look like I'm a child. Listen.
You have always come through for me. And I, for whatever reason, have a bit of a soft spot for you.
And I am eternally grateful for everything you've done. Because of our exclusive dealings, I know I got promotion. I'm aware I got more responsibility, but fuck. It's like a give and take with you. I get shit from you, and then you fucking fuck off.
Then tell me, friend, what can I do to alleviate some of your work?
Not blow up something.
Well, that's not a fucking option.
Well, unless you want to do the goddamn paperwork that's going to pile up on my desk.
I can do paperwork?
Can you not kill anybody, at least?
This one's important.
You're gonna kill somebody?
I'm not gonna kill anyone that I know of. I'm just going to destroy a house.
Just making a statement. Nobody will be there.
I mean, it's a good thing I didn't come in here and ask you to deliver the package.
I would have said no, you crazy son of a bitch. I'll just be real with you. I ain't blowing on that. No way. I ain't touching that shit. That's not my bag anymore, girl.
Listen. What can I do to make your paperwork smaller? To make it believable?
If you can make sure nobody fucking dies, that'll take off a mountain of issues. Because then I don't got to deal with the family and then potential city problems, depending on what excuse I need to come up with for a reason that somebody's fucking house blew up. Because if I blame it on the city, if I blame it on gas, then I got to make sure we compensate.
There is no city. There is no family. You don't have to worry about that.
Nobody should.
No deaths. No deaths. No deaths.
We'll work on the no deaths part, okay? That's not what this is about.
That.
It's about destroying something else.
Man. You know I'm trying to bring the crime rate down in the city? Like I'm trying to make a dent.
Who do you need?
Oh my good Lord. You're going to offer me my choice of wanted criminals in Chicago? Walk across the street, knock on his door. I'm sure he's wanted. If I have somebody I specifically need.
I am sitting here with the best set of skills that you probably desperately need. You need somebody found? I'll go find them.
All right.
That seems like a fair trade for a little bit of paperwork.
It does.
Little bit. You hear? He looks to you, Ava. You hear the words coming out of her mouth?
Don't you have a fucking secretary or something?
What?
A secretary.
What about? Yeah, I got a sec.
Can't she do the paperwork?
This shit I have to sign off on.
Oh my God. A John Hancock?
I have to read the shit first.
I look at Ava.
I was just saying.
Sounds like excuses.
Yeah. Okay.
Look.
When is this happening? When should I be prepared? I gotta get my boys out of the area if you're gonna fucking
tonight.
do something. Tonight.
Look,
I don't know if I'm having a heart attack or if I'm
You'll
just
be
overweight and drinking.
You'll be okay. Ava puts a hand on his hand.
You watch as the hairs on his arms stand up from the goosebumps that immediately crawl up his arms.
Look, we'll be really. It won't be. Nobody's.
I got it. I'll make some calls. I'll make some fucking calls. Dakota, as he looks over to you, but Ava's hand's still staying on him. I regret. There's nights like tonight. I regret everything. Like everything. Having a drink with you, making exclusive deals with you, taking your. I feel like I'm even more fucked than when I was just some fucking beat cop.
But one day, we're gonna be having this conversation, and you're gonna be so glad.
How long do I gotta wait? Because I'm on a clock. Once you disappear.
Trust me. All right, fine. You need a clock? What time is it now, Mathis? Like in game? Does it matter?
Oh, it's early. It's like 11.
It's early
maybe.
in the night.
Yeah.
Okay. It's early in the night.
Yeah.
Let's say, I kind of look at Ava and I was like, I really like him to have to wake up to it tomorrow morning. Okay. Right before sunup.
Okay.
Kaboom
That's at least
sunup.
gives me tonight to get the boys out of there and change the patrol routes for tomorrow or some shit. Okay. Yeah, all right. That works. I fucking hate you, by the
Thanks.
way.
I love you. And you know you like me too.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
But you're useful.
Last time
And
I checked,
also,
you
what
said
the
I
fuck
wasn't.
am I gonna do? You could fucking rip me in half.
I could, but I don't want to do that. You're not my type. I mean, you actually are my type. I eat fat assholes like you all the time. But like,
Relax. I'm on a diet.
are you sure it's working?
Yeah, I don't eat the bread on my burgers anymore.
But you follow it with 4 beers.
That's just liquid.
You know there are carbs in beer, right?
Yeah, but there's no bread in beer.
But there are
Beer
carbs
is-
in bread, which is what makes you fat. Carbs make you fat. Every time you drink a beer, it's like eating 2 slices of bread.
Fuck.
You think on that. You think on that.
No, he shouts, "Can I get a bun on my burger then?" Yeah, just thank you. That's some bullshit. Thanks. All right, fuck it.
I do what I can to take care of you, Brian.
Yeah, you look out for my best interests.
Thanks as always, Frank, for your help.
Oh, yeah, thanks. I mean, you can stay if you want to hang out. I'll buy you a drink or something.
She's my ride.
Sounds
But
fine.
since now,
All right.
maybe I look at Ava and I'm like, kiss on the cheek.
I'll give him a kiss on the cheek and say, try a Jack and Coke Zero next time. It's really good. Got less calories and it's one of my favorite drinks.
All right, I will. He kind of, again, can't help himself but smile when you say that. He's like, I'll
Diet
give it a
Coke.
shot. I like it. Thank you. All right, yeah. Next time I'll start my diet tomorrow.
Next time. Until next time.
Yeah, have a good one.
Bye, Frank.
Yeah, bye, bitch. And
Great
as you make your way out the door-
relationship the two of you have.
Look, I
don't know how it's been
working.
working. This whole
It clearly is fine. He needs somebody to keep his ass in check and reminding me he's a fat, drunk asshole. And I desperately need a fat, drunk asshole that works in the police department, so it works out okay. He's not, I mean, no, we're not Grant and Ollie. We're not fucking in love with each other or whatever. But
You know,
No.
you call Ollie boss in bed.
oh, for sure. Like, Dakota very clearly is like, I get it. Grant's special, whatever. But we all can't have
Hints of jealousy.
a Grant. Yeah, we can't all have a Grant. So, I get a
Yeah.
Frank.
Yeah,
And
Frank.
regardless of what he thinks, I do have his best interest at heart. I want to help the man. He just never gives me anything to help him with.
No, and he hates paperwork apparently. So
Well, then it sounds to me like if he'd give me some shit to help him with, we'll just keep moving Frank up the ranks so he stops doing fucking paperwork. But Frank can't think past his goddamn beer and Diet Jack and Coke. So here we are. And until then, I'm going to keep ragging him because I believe fucking deep down he's a good dude. So there you go, Ava.
The one scumbag you have actually any hope in.
Yeah, he is the one scumbag that I actually have a little bit of fucking faith in. He's never let me down. He always comes through, even when he's drunk.
Well, I guess we're doing this tonight then.
Yeah, we are.
So I imagine then the plan is to drive there, scout the place a little while to ensure that nobody's nearby, and eventually
I get a box. Can I get a box on the way? I want to put the C4 in a box.
Oh,
like an Amazon package or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, an Amazon box. And actually, Mathis. Okay, no, keep going.
No, so you put it in a box and you leave the box. I'm assuming the plan is just leave it in front of the garage?
No.
Okay, where is the plan?
No, because then it can be seen. What you said it's a one-story house?
Yeah, it's just a one-story house.
Is there a gutter?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Is there a tree?
Yeah, there's a tree not in his yard, the yard over, but the branches lean over. It's not like there's a lot of yard in this area where he's
Okay. And in the time that I've scoped this place, do I see cameras on the front porch or anything?
Not noticeable ones, but doesn't mean that there are any that you can see.
There aren't.
You might only see them if you get super close, but by the time it sees you, it would see.
This is why I don't want to show up in the yard. So yeah. I have Ava Park a few blocks up.
Mm-hmm.
I go through the neighbor's yard, up the tree.
The tree on to the roof.
Oh, I'm trying to decide.
Well, give me a Dex Athletics with parkour check. This is very simple for you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can do that. I'm actually thinking that maybe on the way, Dakota ixnays the box, and she spends the entire ride chewing a pack of gum. Like a giant pack of bubble gum.
Okay.
Just like
bubble yum.
Bubble yum. Just like, and when it's done, I have a giant wad of gum that I stick to the back of this piece of C4. Okay. I get the parkour piece. So you said Dex Athletics. Yep. With the 1. Okay, a 4.
Yep, 4 is plenty that you need to just climb up a tree and make your way over to the branches and kind of leap over and land on the house. Can I get a Dex stealth check?
That was the next thing. Yeah,
because you don't want to land loud.
No, I do not.
Or creak at the roof or something. Or snap a branch.
Okay, I only got a 2, but can I reroll?
You can reroll 2 of them.
This is important. I will reroll.
Willpower and reroll 2.
Okay, willpower you. Rolling the dice, it says. There it goes.
Nope, no additional.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm gonna make an opposed roll real quick.
Okay. Can I put my parkour in that to be quiet, to flip over and land silently? Do you think that would, or to jump from the branch?
I would say you can add in 1 more D10 to that. I think that's a fair specialty call.
Yeah, just because she's jumping from one place to another. Nope.
It's fine.
It's only meant to be 2.
It's fine. You're fine. You're fine. Nobody noticed.
Great.
I rolled like ass.
I was about to say I don't believe your smirky little fucking face.
No. The chat can see the roll. You can't the GM roll, but chat can see the roll.
Chat can see
Not
the
a single
roll.
success.
Okay,
so
good.
You landed,
then I don't feel bad.
And you even for a minute, you swear you landed a little heavy.
Yeah,
I
get
still,
on the roof.
And you listen. It doesn't seem like anybody's coming outside.
Okay, great. I go right over the garage.
Mm-hmm.
I cat crawl over the garage, and I gum to C4 right over top of the fucking garage.
Just on the top.
Just right on top of the garage.
And it kind of just goes,
I checked that everything is like it's supposed to be, that none of the wires are loose, like it's going to actually.
Dakota wouldn't know what she's looking at. The wires don't seem loose.
I've got to trust that. Okay, that's all. I just want to make sure it doesn't look damaged. It's been in a purse,
Yeah. See, the thing is, it looks weird. It's like a gray, kind of weird looking brick, a beige-ish looking brick type thing.
But everything's stuck into it.
Yeah, it looks like there's no dangling loose wires at all. Yeah.
Okay. I go back out the way I came. I quietly
Dex
back to the tree
check
down.
Again, give me another Dex stealth followed by the Dex Athletics check.
And you know what? I actually think, let me double check. I think, Mathis, do I have... No, I don't have cat's grace. I have rapid reflexes. Just kidding. I wanted to make sure I didn't have anything extra I could add to that. I don't. So we'll just do the same roll as before.
Wow.
Wow. 7. I roll
Excellent.
every success, every die.
Jesus Christ. So you very quietly scamper across the roof. Not a damn sound. You know your weight. You know your steps. Yeah. And as you jump for the tree to grab onto it, I need a Dex Athletics. Don't forget your parkour specialty.
Yeah. Oops, that's not good. That's not right. Okay, dexterity, athletics with the 1. Okay, well, that's only 1 this time.
This time you actually grab, you can reroll or you can accept a dirty success.
I'll just willpower. I'll just willpower it.
Willpower reroll 3.
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and reroll.
It's 3 willpower used this session.
Yes, it is. A good thing I can recuperate, I think, 2.
You roll no additional success.
Dang.
Willpower is not on my side.
Since you did not accept the dirty success and you chose to willpower instead, you will end up failing the attempt to jump onto the tree. Not that you missed it, but from the leap before, you actually like snapped a part of it and made it loose. Landing on it again, not realizing you had snapped it before, gives it completely, and it actually falls to the ground with you following.
Can I try to catch it myself?
I will give you an opportunity to catch yourself, not the branch.
Not the branch.
So Dex Athletics to catch yourself.
Oh, okay. I didn't add the parkour to this one.
Okay.
But there's 2 successes.
2 successes would be enough to just emergency kind of just grab like the nearby trunk and dig your fingers into it, just hold yourself there pretty simply, not smoothly. But if there's anybody home, they're gonna have heard that because that thing was
the tree crashed.
Fell, not the whole tree. A big branch fell from the tree into their yard.
Oh, okay. That I'm not that worried about.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm like, okay. I held the tree. I fucked the branch up. Not a total surprise.
Make a run for it. But you still in the tree.
I'm gonna make a run for the car.
Okay. So do you care about Dex Stealth, or are you gonna book it?
Well, I'm on the neighbor's side now.
On the neighbor's side, but if they come out the front door and look, there's going to be a person in the neighbor's yard they're going to see.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm going to try. I will try to move there as quickly as possible.
Do you have any ability? I know you have celerity, but do you have anything that makes you move faster in celerity or no?
Not anymore.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't think I do.
You just take off as fast as you can. Instead of Dex Stealth, 1 more Dex Athletics check, please. As you leap over fences, and you can add your parkour specialty to this.
Basically.
How fast?
Running through people's backyards. Yeah, there's a 5.
And with a 5, you kind of haul ass through the backyard, leap up to the fence, grabbing it and throwing yourself over. And if anybody came out to look at what happened, you wouldn't be there to see it. Simply the evidence of a crashed large branch.
It happens.
Eventually, you make your way back to the car where Ava has been kind of idly waiting by the driver's seat. Ava, you actually see her barrel over the back fence of a nearby backyard and sprint towards you, swinging open the passenger side door as she throws herself in and slamming it shut. Without a word, go, go, go. That's not supposed to be happening. And you just kind of, the wheels spin. You don't peel out. You just accelerate and leave.
I did it.
Okay, good. Was it all good? Anything go wrong?
Well, there's a tree that's going to feel it in the morning.
Okay. Were you seen that you know of?
No, but I definitely broke the branch I was standing on. But I went in through the roof, so I think it's okay.
Okay, that's good.
Plus, now the only thing you can do is wait.
I was about to say we just have to wait for sunup.
And I imagine Dakota is extremely giddy this entire night. She's like a kid on Christmas waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning, even though their parents said go back to bed till 6. God damn it, it's 2 o'clock in the morning.
I never thought Dakota would say, please let the sun come up.
Right, exactly. And so the whole time you guys are drinking, maybe you watch Star Wars a couple times, but you can't still for it. But eventually, as the hours wean on, and you're about an hour away from sunrise, you're both standing in the lobby. The phone has been sitting on the counter.
Just like
you've
staring
kind of been pacing back and forth.
Yeah.
Do I do it now? Should I wait a little longer? Do I do it now? Should I wait a little longer? And that's where we actually pick up the two of you pacing with the phone sitting on a table nearby.
We're both gonna have to stay here tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah. Sun's arising. So, should we do it now, or should we wait a few minutes, or
you go outside?
Well, we can't wait till the sun actually comes up, and God, the anticipation is killing me. So
yeah, maybe we should do it now and give it some time in case, the world just starts going crazy or something, and sirens.
Right.
Let's just
boop 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 420.
Do you step outside to see if you can see the explosion?
Yes. Oh, can we go to the roof of the theater?
Yeah.
So we see the two of them make their way up a ladder in the back room that has that metal ring at the top as you push open a hatch that leads to the roof. And the two of you clamber on, and a nice cool breeze hits both your faces as you stand tall. And in a weird, poetic way, similar to the way you saw it in season 1 at the very end, minus Ollie and Zach, of course.
Right.
We see Ava and Dakota standing on a roof.
I let Ava press the button.
You hand it over. Do you punch in 420?
I pours in 420 and then I hand it over.
Press the pound.
You press the pound button, and as you stand there and she hands it over and it kind of slaps into your palm, and Ava just pulls it. This will be the second one that goes on the record. You're pulling the trigger on this explosion. And so, with a button pressed, you hear the nuclear go boop. You actually see it before you hear anything. Way out in the distance.
Beautiful.
An orange glow, followed by plumes of dark smoke. And just as the smoke crests over the roofs of the building, you actually hear the delayed rumble of the explosion. Not long after, out in the distance, you see colored lights. And you just
my
see
hand
billowing smoke.
on Dakota, like, we did this.
I put my hand back on her shoulder.
As Dakota kind of grabs Ava's shoulder, and Ava reaches over and puts her hand on it. Take a stain.
Oh, shit.
Oh, because there was somebody in that house, wasn't there?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, shit.
I am also okay if I'm also okay for Dakota to take that stain because it
both are
was
taking the
Dakota's.
stain.
Oh,
You're
I'm
both
taking it.
taking a
Oh,
stain
I'm
for
fine with it. This is who I am now.
And as the camera pulls back, we'll fade to darkness. Somewhere, Ollie heard a rumbling explosion in the night. And we'll return to that next week for our next episode.
Yeah. Wowzer.
Great episode, you all. With that.
You want to make your remorse rolls right now so everybody can see them?
Ooh, yeah, go
I
for
don't
it.
know how to actually put the. I
Remorse
guess just
button?
it's just cross the humanity,
Yeah, it's
right?
just humanity.
and then you just like cross the one, and then you roll the remorse.
Yep.
Okay, I think I did that right.
Dice roll. Do you do how many? You only need a 1 success, so you're fine.
Okay, cool.
I just want to make sure you rolled. No, you only rolled 1d10 there. Do you only have 1 humanity?
No, I don't know why that.
So you just roll.
Oh, I see. Remorse dice would be your entire humanity pool.
I can't remember. To be honest, off the top of my head, I can't remember. I'd have to get the book.
I think that's correct. Minus the one.
Minus
Well,
one
it doesn't
you had.
matter. There we go. I still say
You
even
rolled
if it's
5
minus.
die. There you go. You
Yeah,
roll
there we go.
remorse. You're fine. You just need a success.
Dakota does not feel bad.
Roll the number of empty squares not covered by a stain. So you would roll. How many humanity do you have?
4.
So you have 4 humanity. With
No,
a
I have
stain?
5 humanity and
You'd
a
be
stain.
rolling 4 die then. So
Okay,
roll me
so-
4 die.
Okay, so oh my god, now I'm
Oh,
gonna.
wait, no.
fail this.
If you had humanity 7 and had a stain of 1, you would roll 2 die, because that would be 8, 9, 10. Right. So you have 5. You'd be rolling 4. 5 with -1. Yeah, you'd be rolling 4 die either way. Correct. So
Okay.
re-roll me with 4 dice. Ava, how many humanity do you have?
I have 4. So I roll 5
and you
dice.
marked 1 stain. You have 4. Yeah, you're gonna re-rolling 5.
I roll 5 dice.
So
There you
Dakota,
go.
you're totally fine.
Like I said, she does not feel bad.
And Ava, you're totally fine. So remove your stains. You did not drop in humanity. That's where we're gonna leave it. You want us to just go around the room, or do you want to take it away, Maggie?
Yeah, I'll take it away. So with that, thank you for watching today's episode. If you just kind of tuned in towards the end or you want to relive it, we'll have it up on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/rollforit. And of course, if you want to subscribe to us over there, you can always get all of our content. And the other ways that you can support us are right here on Twitch. If you give us a follow, you get access to the video right away, as well as cool emotes. Beyond that, the best way to support us is on Patreon, patreon.com/rollforit. We have all kinds of goodies and rewards for you available, so definitely go check those out. Currently, we've got some new goodies out, and that would be the Last Stitch final character sheets if you want to check those out, as well as the Ascension Gulthius tree from our epic 3-hour battle. So go check those out. And if you are already a Patreon, we have a little holiday surprise, so definitely go fill out your information over there for that, so that we don't miss your address and all that stuff to send you the goodies. We have some more stuff coming to our Patreon. We have Ascension guest character sheets, as well as the November recap and the Star Wars character sheets. So if you're interested in any of that content, we'll have more stuff coming throughout the week. And I'm going to check on donations. And while I'm doing that, if you can go around, and I guess we'll kick it off with our storyteller, Mathis. If you want to tell people where they can find you at.
Yeah, you can find me at Mathis pretty much everywhere. Same thing with Chilluminati Podcast. That's kind of my main gig anyway. So find Chilluminati Podcast with me, Jesse, and Alex. We talk about we comedically talk about like mysteries, mysterious stuff, true crimes, aliens, cryptids, you name it. And we got all kinds of stuff coming out for that. And if you want more vampire and you haven't listened to Stitch of Fate, season 1 wrapped a few weeks ago. It's all there for you to listen in podcast form, hour episode each. We kind of treat it like an audiobook. So there's music track and sound effects, and like we edit out all of like the rules stuff and the silent stuff. So it's a different flavor of vampire that's much more, like I said, audiobook focused. So if you want to try that out, go take a listen and check it out. That's it for me. I'll hand it over to Miss Magitech Tracy.
Hi, everybody. I am Tracy, Miss Magitech. You can find me on the internet as Miss Magitech. I do a lot of tabletop stuff all over the internet. So feel free to follow and hang out, stream, and make content on YouTube occasionally. So if you want to give me a follow, that would be cool. Otherwise, I'm here every Saturday for Vampire. So until next week, then. And Dot.
You're muted, Dot.
Yes, I am. Sorry, gang. I had to put my glasses on. I can't read chat without it. And I wanted to see what chat was saying. I'm Dot. I'm Little Red Dot Online. You can find me all over the place. I'm a freelance live stream producer, as well as the head Twitch producer for Kobold Press right now, which is kind of cool. So that's been really neat. And then, of course, like Matt said, you can check us over on Stitch of Fate, which is a VTM podcast that we're making happen, which is kind of cool. And I'm all over the place, playing lots of games, rolling lots of dice, and getting to hang with cool people and on cool channels like this one.
Cool. And that is our lovely cast. We'll have Ollie, aka the Bubbernut, back with us again next week. And I think that's going to be the last episode of the year, right, Mathis?
Yeah, I think so. I will know for sure tonight, but it may be the last episode for the year. Again, I apologize, everybody. I know we miss a lot of episodes, especially in the past couple months, as it's kind of rocky. That's on me. I don't mind being kind of upfront about it. I'm just going through some stuff at home, and I might be, moving in the next couple months. So it's just like shit's wild until I'm finally stable and fully moved. So,
and it'll definitely be my last one for the year, only because my brother's getting married at the end of the month. So the last,
it's 2020, baby.
If not,
2020.
If we have a one shot on the 19th, we'll let you know what that is. We're already kind of plotting and planning for what that may be. I think those of you who are longtime Roll For It fans might have an idea of what that might be, but we'll keep you informed. And of course, follow us on all of the places, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, all of those places. It's free to follow. It helps support us in a very, very large way. And then, of course, interacting with us on all of our social platforms, as well as leaving a comment on YouTube or just being here to watch things live on Twitch means a lot to us. So thank you so much for your generosity and your support throughout this year. We appreciate it greatly.
And honestly, just a big love for the consistent love for the show too. Like, I love this show. I have so much, I just love running it, and we wouldn't be doing it without everybody watching. So
I told you, I had a really horrible morning, and there was a point where I was like crying, and I was like, I just want to play Vampire, and nothing is working. That's how much I love all of you. I could, I'm just here.
I told Dad, I was like, you don't need to cosplay, girl. Just chill.
No, I needed to wear my dreads today. I needed to wear my teeth today, and the leather. Like, I needed it for my soul. Like, deep down, I needed it for my soul.
But we got a fun after show because we got to talk about some of the moves that were made today.
All right. We are going to switch over to our after show. You can get access to that by being a patron, patreon.com/rollforit. We'll see you next week for another episode.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, friends.